If you want to understand Brexit and what happened last night, Britain's relationship with the EU, the whole thing, stop. Don't think about that stuff. It's not really about that. This is a global phenomenon. This is a revolt against technocracy and elites telling everybody else what to do. At the end of the day, for the past 20 years, 80% of the people have been told 80% of the time by the top 20% what to do, what to think, and what's good for them. Guess what? They've figured it out. The 20% needs to listen, because if they don't, they're going to find something out. The Hamptons is not a defensible position.
What's up, people? It is me, Crimson 60620, and I am here. And it's a Saturday, and I was going game anyway, and I didn't know if I had any videos that I wanted to do, but I just want to get on the internet and talk. And guys, I want to thank you for watching, tuning in. Of course, let's get moving. What's up, Wajida? How you doing today, man? I am here just trying to just fucking enjoy my Saturday, get some gaming going. I would invite everybody, if you like want to do some gaming with me. I'm probably gonna do a few different games today. Probably do a few different streams today. Game streams today. Maybe do some videos. But it's just my Saturday. It is my day off. I took my ass to the gym earlier. I was on Quentin's stream, and I forget the channel. Shit. Let me just try to find that channel so I can actually put it in chat. Because it was actually a fun time talking, and it's Saturday. It's my day off. It's also my day to enjoy anime and shit like that. So yeah, I was pretty much spending this afternoon, the morning in pretty fucking fun state. Oh, come on, watch history. There we go. Keeping up with the Boruto manga and shit like that. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find it, and right now I can't see the chat. Here we go. And I gotta actually put a chat box on this screen that I'm using right now. If you haven't, like, do my man Quentin a favor, check out his channel. See, I was on the discussion earlier, and you can actually check out their YouTube channel. Yeah, it's Saturday. Shit, I've been working all fucking week. This is the first week that I done worked 5 straight weeks in like 3 weeks, and yeah, I'm kind of pissed about that. And so, like, yeah, I just wanted to. Saturdays are the days where I want to just chill, hang out, and basically just fucking enjoy myself. Let's bring up the PS4. There we go. I've been trying to like dick around in Minecraft a little bit, but yeah. Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Of course, I'm doing good. Vegeta in the YouTube chat, my road dog. Vegeta, we gonna have to get together on the stream again, man. We are gonna have to get together on the stream again. So let's play some Fortnite. Not Fortnite. Wow, shit. Let's play some Fall Guys. And while we're playing Fall Guys, I just want to actually talk about a few things. The shit. Turn that shit down. I wonder if it's a way for me to turn the music down. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So, I was actually watching some fucking hey, we can do that. Let's say go ahead and do that. Let me pull up unhide. Since I'm just chilling today, I don't got any videos. And if you haven't seen it, shit, jump in my Discord. Go to my YouTube channel or hit that and I think I'll put that description. Yeah, it's on my Twitch channel. You can actually jump in my YouTube channel. Do, 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 do. I gotta even open up Discord, man. So you good? You good? Oh, there you go. It's already open. Um, don't switch. Go in the general voice chat. There we go. All right, all right, all right. So, and let's hide that chat. That one. Discord should be open. You should be able to hear it. Properties. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, man. Cool. Mr. Boss. All right. We're checking those things, and yeah. There we go. There we go. All right. Should be working. All right. Come on. Wait. I want to actually look at my disc and my uh voicing output. All right. Mic check again, man.
Yeah, sure. I didn't hear myself the first time, so hopefully we'll see what happens.
All right. Let me just put my earphone in. Oh my god. All right. This actually work.
All right. Well, I heard myself that time, so we're good.
All right. I hear you. Do you hear me? And I'm putting you back on. Yep, that should do it. And you should be in Discord. You should be cool now.
Yep, just turning your volume up.
I can barely hear you now.
So what's popping?
Let me just pull my Discord up to see if I can actually put you more, turn you up in Discord. Okay, you up on my Discord.
All right.
Try turning your settings up a little bit more. Oh, you know what? My headphones was down. All right, that should be good. Go ahead.
All right.
Are you still low?
It's because I'm lazy and I talk low.
I hope the stream can actually hear you. What's up, Vegeta?
I'm good. Just out here existing.
Life hard in
You
these
know.
streets.
Yep. Out here being on the house in these streets.
What's been going on, dog? What's been happening with you this week?
I mean, work, doing my classes for the semester from home, obviously, because this COVID shit is fucked up, and just working on music, you know. It's really been uneventful, but you know, that's life right now.
What's up, Grand Ultimate? Yeah, dog. I've been working. Like I've had an interesting week as far as like streams and like conversations this week. Had my friend on that I known for like 20 years. Um, of course, we saw the horror show that is jail the other day. Did you know this fool actually mirrored the video and put it up on his channel? And right now, he is literally getting more um, views on his video than I did on mine. So I know he's like got a hard on
Yeah.
about that.
Well, guess that's just how it be.
Yeah, I really at this point don't really. It's not that I don't care. I'm gonna say that I haven't gone back and listened to the video, so I don't know if he's trying to edit shit because we know how honest Joe is, right?
Yeah. Never told a lie in his life.
Right.
That was that was believable.
Oh. So
This,
you hear about Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying?
yeah, made me heard about that yesterday. Made me sad.
You think Trump is gonna try to push
Shit,
through?
I honestly, who knows? He. I could see it going either A, he doesn't, just so that he can use it as extra points to go. Look at how much I've done. I respect her wishes, or him just being like, no, I'm the president. I do what I want. So
I'll
I don't
take
know.
a $10 bet that he tries to do both of them in like two separate tweets within like a few hours of each other.
That could happen too. He's just because he can't make up his fucking mind. Yeah, I was especially surprised. It's not because I his it's like this woman was fucking immortal. It's like people thought she would have been dead forever ago, and then just boom, she's gone, just like that.
Uh, well,
Uh,
that's I guess when the world is on fire, you kind of lose hope, right?
I didn't have hope for humanity in the first place. I'm just waiting for shit to burn faster.
No, you're a doomer.
I mean, depends on what you mean by doomer.
The people that want the world to burn faster because that would actually accelerate um better like life and shit. Like accelerationists.
I'm more in the camp of humanity earned this. Humanity fucking they put this bed together, and now we gotta lay in it. And I'm just enjoying the show.
Okay, Thanos.
I mean, what else? Clearly we're not in any kind of mindset to actually change shit. And anybody who tries to change shit gets treated like they're the problem. So, fuck it. I'm just gonna sit here, and either I'm gonna watch as I'm proven wrong, and that would be nice, but I doubt it, or I'm gonna sit here and watch shit burn to the ground.
So are
Uh,
you a Bernie or Buster?
Meaning that I would have voted for him, and now that he's gone, I ain't voting for nobody.
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it. We right now our two options are either the status quo or an incompetent retard. Twitch doesn't like that word, right?
Yeah.
An incompetent senile moron or a senile moron who's going to push the status quo. And honestly, neither of those seem appealing to me in the slightest.
I would
I definitely
understand.
heard. I definitely have heard arguments for why Joe Biden would be better in the short term during the next 4 years, and how Trump would clearly continue to just set things on fire. Um, then I, ju- I just think, well, either way, I see this as either Trump sets some shit, just continues to ruin shit for the next 4 years, and we have to suffer through that, and then after that, maybe shit swings back hard as fuck, and then we wind up improving some things, or things just continue to spiral down, and then from with Joe Biden, yeah, he'll probably fix some of the hyper bullshit that Trump has done,
Hmm.
and then just continue with the neoliberal bullshit that we've been dealing with every Republican and Democrat since what, like the 80s at least. So either way, I don't really see this. I don't see either of these as a win. Like pretty much regardless of which one of them we choose, there's pretty much the short term is already going to be bullshit regardless.
So I heard.
And the only thing we can really hope for is in either scenario that the long term has better results, but I'm doubtful.
I heard a different argument. The fact that people are so afraid of Trump, they try to go to a quote unquote safe option in Joe Biden. But if you're forced with another 4 years of neoliberal politics, then people would want more extreme change. Hence, that's why they wouldn't want Trump.
See, but I think that's a good point because then if you can look at it as if we continue with Trump with this, with shit just getting worse, people might want to just hard swing back to what we had before, and the status quo might be held on to a lot harder. And then with Biden, it could go in the direction of, since things are back to the way things used to be, and maybe people be like, oh, this shit still sucks. Maybe we'll continue the route of saying this is bullshit and changing things. So I think either way, either like I said, either way we're fucked for the next 4 years. But the thing is, what will have better results beyond that? And I think there's really any good way to as far as I can tell, to see which would be. So I'm just kind of sitting here wondering which shit sandwich we're gonna have to eat, and I'm just hoping whichever one we get will at least make me giggle a little bit before it gets too painful.
So I had this discussion. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine last night, and specifically, it's a lot of people are waiting for an immediate, like, almost instantaneous change.
With humanity, yeah, okay.
I mean, like, your indictment is both an indictment and the reason why humans are, and the reason why humans look for it. Think about it. Humans want an immediate change, and if they don't see it, they lose hope.
But at the same time, humanity is a species that, for the most part, has to change slowly, or change doesn't happen. Like in order for something to change quickly, there has to be something incredibly drastic and in your face. Like shit, even with and how extreme it has to be. Excuse me, sorry. Is proven by this COVID shit, because despite the fact that the whole world shut down and it clearly affected everyone, since people weren't just dropping like flies in the millions instantly, we still have people who are like, oh, not a big deal, doesn't matter, and and over here in the U.S. it's clearly the worst of that, and we just have to sit here and take it, because rather than just get our shit together and deal with the problem, because it would take time and the awful effort of putting a mask on your face and staying home for a little bit. It's just too much. It's taking too long. So people just want to go out and try and make shit normal, and instead just fucking result in the deaths of people who probably more likely the people who stay at home and try to do their best to keep other people safe.
Well, not
Because
just death,
unfortunately,
but permanent body damage. Like,
this is all this is also true. But the point is, a lot of the people who suffer from these things are usually people who are not the ones being stupid. Because most of these people out here, like, oh, mass stupid is a conspiracy, blah blah blah, are young people. And while yes, young people can be affected, they are less likely to be. And then I'm sure these same people, since they fucking act like that, are probably gonna go near the elderly, near people with all kinds of conditions, obesity, diabetes, fucking hypertension, all these other things that make them far more fucking in danger. And then they have to suffer while these jackasses are like, look, I'm not sick, so clearly it's not a problem.
well, it's a
Until their grandmother, mother, or their brother, or their next door neighbor is the one to die, and then suddenly they're like, I
it's like what happened. It's like health insurance. A lot of young people feel that they shouldn't get health insurance, but the system works on healthy people paying for the sick people.
yeah.
Now we can always end the health insurance shit by like just um, free universal healthcare. Shit like that.
You know what I love about universal healthcare
That it works.
is that it's such a yeah, that's part of it, but it's such a very simple thing that really it really wouldn't affect much as far as our taxes. It would, because our taxes are already high as fuck. Probably maybe it'd go up a little bit, but then insurance itself is incredibly fucking expensive, and
You
I'd
wouldn't have
rather
to pay that
fucking
shit anymore.
I would rather have to pay slightly higher taxes and not pay for the fucking price and have something that's reliable and there consistently. And then when people go to the night, it's like, oh, everybody just wants free stuff. And that no that let's look at the argument for it for not having universal health care. Number one, oh, everybody wants free stuff, and number two, I don't want to pay for it. Excuse me? So everybody wants free shit, even though we still gotta pay for it. We just have to pay less than we have to pay now, and it's going to be more effective. Like it's just you gotta love the bullshit propaganda that's used to deny and accept things, where you can just make two arguments that completely counter each other, and create a paradox to try and put together, but somehow they're both accepted as arguments for something that's been proven time and time again to work perfectly fine.
Oh, by the way, if you want to hop in, Grand Ultimate, we're just talking on Discord chat. Um, but yeah, no. The same thing can be said about college.
Yep.
The
And
same thing can be said. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you were talking already. Don't let me interrupt you.
No, the same thing can be said about college because basically, what the education system has turned into is I don't want to say diploma mill per se, but it's turned into a diploma mill.
Well, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's a fucking scam. I mean, obviously the education is real, but they fucking sit there. You come in, and unless your parents have it made, or you get a scholarship, or you're so broke that financial aid covers the whole thing, you're just doomed. Because now, just for the privilege to have an education, to go into a field that you think you would like to do, first of all, because obviously most of us at the ripe old age of 18 to 21 don't know what the fuck we want to do. I can fucking say that from experience. That I haven't that, I, that When I came to college, I was not sure what the fuck I wanted to do. and now here I am, a junior in fucking college, and I'm realizing that I don't want to do what I'm doing right now. But it's a little late for that now, isn't it?
Well, shit,
It
I didn't really start thinking that I wanted to get into art and like do what I'm doing right now until probably I turned 35. So, shit, I fucking understand.
like, cause it's funny, cause it's a combination of, well, I'll get into it in a second, but just all the things that kind of build into your brain, forcing you into the scam. But the point is, you don't know what you want to do. You go here, and unless you're in like I said, unless you're in a situation where you can pay it off, your parents are rich, you're so broke, you have the financial aid option, you get a scholarship, then you come in, don't know what you want to do, you pick something, probably switch like three, four, 5 times, and then you graduate with debt, or you realize college wasn't for you, and you leave without a diploma and with debt.
Well, there has been a push to have for Joe Biden to actually forgive student loan, do more student loan forgiveness. Him and Elizabeth Warren that has been pushed, and also it was a Republican that actually came up with a plan. Like, look, for people who've already paid their loans, give them 50 grand, and like pay people 50 grand to either go to college or not, just like one lump sum.
And that's the thing. Yeah, just to go off that for a second, is that the way I see politicians, like politics, is all the whole the whole quote unquote two-party system is all bullshit. They're all
Mm-hmm.
just it's all just one party of fucking neoliberal fucks who just want to fucking rape us for as much money as they can get. So I think very often when you pay attention, you'll find that you'll either find one of them that comes up with an idea on either side that actually would benefit us broke people, or a person who just wants to help broke people in general from either side, and typically that person will either just be ignored or suddenly disappear. Their power in government is gone because they're not with the group, and they're not trying to make the rich people more money.
And to be fair, the guy who came up with it was a Republican, and his whole thing was like, "Shit, this is costing us too much money. The system that we're doing right now. So like, just fuck it and shut up the poors and give them the money." And I mean,
Yeah.
like, that's the sentiment that he had, not in that exact words, but it was just the sentiment like, look, this shit ain't making sense the way we doing it right now. We need to at least do something and fucking like just keep the poors in line. Like, I get it. If you have disdain for people that is in the lower runs of society, I fucking get that you may have to say the same for them, but you at least should keep them happy because, like the intro said, the Hamptons are not a defendable position.
The way, because one thing I find in reality, like under the assumption for this point that humanity doesn't, through its own greed and selfishness, kill itself within the next 40 years, which I'll be surprised we make it that long. But if we uh like the ultimate end of the economy is going to be, at some point we're gonna reach a point where jobs are a thing of the past, where money is nothing, and we just have we have no choice but to live a life pretty much of luxury, where we have what we want. Because what happens when because clearly this automation shit, it's going to continue. But what happens once the machines can do all the labor jobs? Nobody can do those jobs. What happens when we have AI that can just do this tech jobs way faster than any person can? Nobody's going to be able to do that anymore. Eventually, technology is going to reach a point where it can do all the bullshit we don't want to do, and then money is pointless. So
Well,
as
that's
it's so as
that's
it's
that's when the Bilderbergs and the Rothschilds their plan will come to the fact, and then the experiments for them turning the frogs gay would actually.
Yep. But the point is eventually we're gonna reach that point, and then all this greed bullshit would have been a waste of fucking time. But as it stands, they're accumulating all this money that eventually will mean nothing because like, let's as it's like they're clearly we see the trend. Less money's at the bottom and more just keeps piling up at the top. But money doesn't mean anything if it doesn't go anywhere. And what happens when we reach the point when the rich people have so much and the poor have so little that it's just that we're just sitting here with our thumbs up our asses and we just can't do shit but lay down and die. Then
Oh,
that money it means fuck all.
oh,
It's nothing. It's fucking just it's a waste of fucking space.
that would never happen according to a lot of people. No, no, no. People are gonna work because of Protestant work ethic and all that other bullshit.
But again, that in combination with the fact that our technology is it's increasing in efficiency and in what it's capable of doing at a rapid pace, and the better our technology gets, the faster our technology gets better. So it's just a perpetual cycle of technology perpetuating its own improvement. So we don't really have a choice. Like we're going to reach a point where people can't work because there won't be shit to do, and money won't mean anything because there won't really be anything for money to go towards, and poor people will just be sitting here being fucking just being broke, and that's it. What was the point of all this bullshit?
Hey, you
And
know we're almost there, right? Like we're almost there. We're hitting that singularity right now. That's why so many other jobs in America are service jobs.
that's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping to be alive when that shit happens, so I can be like, I fucking told you so, you sons of bitches. Trying to tell you, you greedy fucks. Now what's that money mean? Don't mean shit. Got my sex robot. I don't need shit. Fuck out my face.
Man, talk about sex robot. I was just watching Sword Art Online, right? And like they've actually made one of the first AIs, like, and literally Kirito had him a sex robot in his fucking house. And I'm like, dude, like, could they be more fan servicey? But that's just me. Like,
Uh, Speaking of sex robots, you remember when they started talking about how those were becoming a thing, and people started bitching about how somehow it was sexist to have a sex robot, and I just thought people like to just bitch about everything. Like what how does this harm anybody that some lonely fuck wants to fucking fuck a robot instead of doing something far more dramatic?
okay, so I can explain that one. Hear me out. If they are, how do I put it? No sentient consciousness should be made for a specific task. Now, if it's not sentient, if it was just like a false AI program, of course, but just be like,
Well, I would have. Well, if they were sentient, at that point, I'd be like, okay, this is fucked up. But I'm under the assumption it's just like just a program and a robot to just get your rocks off and then go to sleep.
but
Like
that's what
what?
they were actually billing it as. Like
Yes.
people thought
See
sex
that?
robot and immediately thought fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that I'd have a problem with, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the sexism part would come in. Like, I can get that'd be cruel because we have this hypothetical sentient being would be just exploited and used for pleasure. But I'm not. I just feel like people are complaining about the wrong things.
Well, and you also got to remember too that the term robot literally means slave. And I forgot where did the term come from? But it was literally meaning slave. So
Yeah, that's another thing with with the continuation of AI is that what the fuck do we do if and when it becomes sentient? Because at that point, how can we justify using something that is sentient to fucking to do things for us unless it's willing, I suppose. Like Like how could we justify that?
You
But
don't.
I,
You
but
just
but
live in your hypocrisy.
but you already know how I am. I'm not about that hypocrisy life. I don't fuck with sentient beings like that.
No, 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 no. And granted, some humans can't even recognize other humans as to be, an agent of their own will. So
Yeah, and those people should be put in a fucking box and sent down the river. That's just me.
uh, they're called racist, but I digress. I'm not gonna get into that one because man, we can have that conversation all fucking day.
That's just honestly, I'm not even sure how the fuck we got here. Weren't we talking about college and how student loans are a scam?
Come on, my conversations always turn into some like deep philosophical fucking conversations. Like, what channel are you on? Think about it.
I don't know. I'm not even on the channel. My radio is turned off. I smashed that shit with a hammer and laid in the corner in silence.
um, so one of the things, and hear me out. I want to actually bounce this off of somebody. And am I the only one that's still pissed that they kind of forgot about the second stimulus bill that they were supposed to do back in fucking March, and then not March but May.
Well, I'm going to assume you're not the only one who's pissed off by it. I'm not pissed off. I definitely see that it is bullshit, but I was expecting this.
I wouldn't
I
say
was
pissed off, but it's just like they have literally changed the tone and nature of the conversation to like
yeah.
that's still a thing. There are people that are getting evicted because they can't pay their fucking bills.
Well, see, for me, I was honestly surprised that they even did the one stimulus check. Even with all the stipulations and bullshit that wound up just leaving a bunch of us broke anyway. But even that still surprised me. But I would have been surprised had they actually given anybody any more money. Because what I found funny was they had signed I know they signed a bill to give I forget how many billions of dollars to the fucking military for extra bullshit that we don't need since our military is already fucking unnecessarily big beyond anything that would be called reason. And they were going to give people like not even enough to get to pay their rent and eat.
To be fair, our military is big enough that if seven of the next biggest countries start to attack us, six of which are our allies, we'll be able to hold them off just by comparison of money.
Oh no.
What
Oh
if
no.
that eighth one joined the fray?
Oh no. I don't know. If only we had some kind of soldiers stationed in their countries. That would really help.
My whole
But
thing is, it's almost if like, what? I'm not even gonna lie about the whole military thing. Like, think about it. The reason, like, the military gets good ass benefits, great fucking benefits, and you know what, they should actually keep their benefits for the soldiers when they enlist. The thing about it is, they should always also have it for other people. But I know the reason why they won't do that because the military benefits are a great marketing tool to get more people to enlist.
see, but here's my thing with the military. If you want to give the soldiers fucking benefit bullshit, yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. The problem is that when you're giving billions of dollars to the military to buy more fucking useless bullshit weapons that we don't need,
You're talking about
while
planes that
people,
don't fly in the rain,
yep,
or play, or
while there are actual people going homeless and starving and shit, people whose jobs are closing down and their lives are just falling apart. and we're just throwing billions of dollars at fucking at bullshit for wars that aren't gonna happen, where we're gonna supposedly need this shit because we're not going to need it. It's just there so we can go look at this big bullshit we wasted our money on, but yet we can't balance the fucking budget.
Well, the whole idea of balanced budget is was started by like the whole rhetoric around it now. I'm going to say that was started in order to show the country should run like a business, which is bullshit because countries are not in the business of making money. They're in the business of taking care of people, and that shit is always going to lead a deficit. The payment that you get from that is, and go with me on this one, making sure your citizens live.
What country do you live in?
I'm just speaking about the idea. Of course, we're not talking about
What?
the
Nah, fuck
actual
that. Help
result of
people?
it.
Nah. Give me money. Slight deficit? Fuck that shit. We're gonna be fucking trillions in debt. That's what the fuck we're gonna do. So we can make no profit as a country and just throw more money at billionaires and then just give these countries we owe money a nice IOU note and call it a day. Because
You
America.
you know the sad part about it is, you know what country that we owe the most money to?
I don't remember at the moment.
Here's a shock. We owe the most money to ourselves.
Amazing.
Amazing. We literally owe the most money to ourselves. China has probably like 10% of our debt.
Well, maybe if we stopped trying to pull money out of thin air, maybe we'd actually fucking get some shit done. Uh,
This is true.
this country is fucking full of shit, and I don't understand. What I really don't understand, right? Is is all these rich folks who run this country? Do they not say that their continual fucking in this country will inevitably just end up fucking them, or at least their descendants in the end? Where instead, yeah, you're on top now, but when this shit falls apart, you fall apart too. You lose your power. Your money, excuse me, your money's not gonna have as much value. Ooh, excuse me. Your money's not gonna have as much value when the country that prints that money and fucking makes it fucking poof out of thin air, despite there being no gold to promise of. What is that money worth? It's not worth anything. When an economy fucking falls into the toilet, those millions to billions of dollars go from being worth oh so much to worth fuck all, and then you just sit there looking stupid.
Well,
And
no, that just means that you have to make more money.
at that point, there's no, that's it. It's over. Once the country's in the toilet, or in the best scenario, destroyed, then there is no making more money. It's over. You just sit your bitch ass down and think about what you did.
You have
It
to
would be real
make
funny.
more money.
It'd be real funny if the next big superpower is some country like Uganda, like Zimbabwe. That'd be some real fun shit. Like like they just under whatever circumstances, one of these small nations, I don't know, fucking maybe fucking Latvia, some small ass country just fucking takes over. It's like, no, now we're the fucking biggest dick on the block. Deal with it. Uh, shit.
What'd you say?
Now I'm just, yep. Now I'm just, yeah. Think about how much of a fucking disappointment my species is. Thanks, man.
Hey. It's my species too, for the most part.
Except for them, you know who you are. I can't fucking. I don't know. I just feel like it's difficult to have any prospect in my mind of a positive future for humanity when you can clearly see our patterns, and given the system we have in place to make the future generations, we're just continuing the same process of just most of us are just stupid and don't know nothing, and just listen to what the most confident moron says and keep it moving, and the rest of us, the small, like, 15, if that many percent, are like, stop being stupid, and they're like, shut up, and we have to deal with it, and
Okay.
that's humanity for you. And then when everything goes to shit, then either A, then they'll listen, or B, then another, then some real fucked up fucking no, not even sociopath, psychopath takes over and starts fucking genociding people. And then
Um.
and then then they either die off or get overthrown, and then shit starts to go forward, and then we get wind up back where we started with all the stupid people just believing whatever bullshit because they don't know nothing, and then the small amount of smart people going, get your shit together, shit crumbles, and then another dictatorial asshole takes over, and another genocide happens, and that's humanity.
Sounds like you have little faith that humanity will ever change
Oh, we change all the time in very small, very useless ways.
or
We
break
like to
out of a
change.
cycle.
We like to change in very superficial ways that make us feel good about ourselves. We don't often actually change in substantial ways that deal with issues.
Interesting.
Like how like I mean how often do you see an issue happen and everybody gets pissed off when it's like there'll be an issue that's been happening for years, then somebody speaks about it and everybody's mad. No, it's not true. No, it's this. See, this guy said it. He brought it to our eyes. Fuck him. He's the problem. And then they set the messenger on fire, and they keep it moving, and then the problem continues. How many times has that happened?
It happens all the fucking time, man.
Exactly. Like
But
shit.
like, we can at least steer it a little bit differently each time it happens.
Yeah, we're trying to steer a car while there's fucking millions of feet under the car running in a different direction. The steering wheel doesn't do shit. It's those fucking feet running forward off the cliff while you're trying to turn the shit to the right. That shit, we're doomed. The only thing to do is just get out the fucking car and watch everybody else go down.
Yeah, you're a
And
doomer,
maybe,
man.
uh, and the funny thing is, you'd hope that after all, we continue on the path we're going, and let's say instead of all of us getting fucked and dying, a few of us are left over. You think maybe they'll learn, but they won't. They'll be like, "Oh, that was awful," and then 1, 2 generations later, the bullshit continues, and then we'll be right back here. I have the minimum amount of faith in humanity because there ain't shit to have faith in.
I mean, like, there's always a reason to have faith. Maybe the stupid people will die out and it won't end up like idiocracy.
See, that's the problem with stupid people. Is stupid people breed.
Oh
There will
god.
never, ever run out of stupid people. Two die and they'll leave 5 or 6 in their place.
Idiocracy.
Exactly. Because that's the fun thing. There's more smart people now than there have ever been.
Relatively
But
speaking.
but yeah. But as far as per capita, there's the same amount. Probably about one for every million, and those people just have to sit in shame and cry.
You said shit, sit in shame.
Yeah. those people are they're never the people in power. Those are the people those are the people in the sciences and all these other fields who go, guys, there's a problem. Or even if they're not necessarily in a field like that, they're in some way trying to call out and change an issue.
Like, oh my
Meanwhile,
God.
being ignored because they don't actually have any power. Because power is for the greedy, not for the people who want to make change.
Oh my God. Guys, we need to stop this. We need to stop this right now. Please stop. We need to stop. Shut up, you
Shut
nerd.
Shut up, liberal.
Oh God.
It's like there's it's just it. And the funny thing is that even those smart people, those ones who can see these issues, they're usually they're almost as stupid as everyone else because they're human too. The stupidity is it's the state of our species. It's not an unfortunate circumstance of most of us. The smartest of us, just they have the we have they will we'll see how they'll have the brains to look and see all the bullshit. But how many of them just kind of sit there and accept it and don't try to change shit? How many people call out all the bullshit they see around the world and then participate in the shit?
Oh fuck, all the time. All the
Because
fucking time. Like, what do you think we're doing on this motherfucking stream right now? Shit.
I'll complain and I'll fucking talk shit. But anything I can do in my personal life to change some bullshit that I see, I'll fucking do it.
And
You
you know
know,
what?
I'm
I think that's the biggest thing. Um, as much as I don't believe in the butterfly effect of a lot of shit, I believe we can have a butterfly effect of making the world a better place.
I don't know. I see the way I see it. Humanity is doomed, but I'm still going to, as an individual, I'm going to try and be the change I want to see in the world. Because if humanity is going to die horribly in its own filth, I want to at least know that I did something to try and help things not suck as much as possible. And
Which,
I'll sit here and I'll argue and I'll debate and I'll fucking try to change as many minds as I can. But it's probably a futile effort to do it because fuck it. If we're fucked if I'm pretty sure we're fucked, I'm going like this. The worst that can happen is that I'm right. But if I'm wrong, if I can't if I'm wrong, and it's possible to do it, I want to fucking walk. I want to try to get it that way, even if I don't think it's possible, because I'm a stupid human and my brain doesn't care. My brain itself doesn't give a shit about futility.
well, I will say this. I will say this. Um,
Oh
I
god.
I recognize that um, it can be a tall order, a very tall order, to a point where it's just like almost seems impossible. But I'm going to actually continue to try to use my voice to make the world a better place because, quite frankly, evil win. Evil wins when good men do nothing.
Hold on. Repeat that last part again.
Evil wins when good men do nothing.
I suppose. I just, I'm the person who refuses to do nothing.
This is also great because I
Oh
also
my
refuse.
fucking god, it's real. Holy shit.
What?
Oh my, yeah, my friend just sent me a fucking screenshot of a Trump tweet that says, in quotes, lion ass nigga, why does Paula D get destroyed and you could use the N word so freely, asshole? What the fuck?
Wait, no.
Bro,
No.
look, bro, I thought he was sending, one of those memes where it's a fake Trump tweet because it just had the tweet there, and then he just screenshotted the actual tweet.
Hold on.
Oh my fucking god, bruh.
You got the link.
Yeah, I got the link. I'm gonna put it in Discord. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. I'm pulling it up now. Can you hear me? All right. And let's go ahead and do this. I'm causing a lot of fucking bandwidth drop. Wow. Let's see. And it's him. It's his ass. Oh my god. Really? Really? Wow. And the fact is, and I know what he meant to actually do, but is he really that fucking stupid? Is he so fucking stupid? Like, oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Like, is he this fucking stupid? Oh my god. Like he was trying to quote tweet or some shit like that, but like like I'm done. Like, and you know what the problem is? It's got 17,000 fucking hearts. Like, I can't. Like, how? But this is just at a point but why though? Amazing. Like, this is just like super amazing. Like, dude, like, Mr. President, we may need you to take that tweet down. Hold on. I gotta do something right quick. Hello, Jill. How are you doing today, my lovely, lovely friend? I want to tell you that I love you. I love you, Jill. Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill. Jill. Oh, Jill. Thank you for coming to my channel, my Sundre. Oh, he's my Sundre. He is my Sundre. Yeah, that's too much like writing work and like honesty and shit. Who do you who are you talking about? But copy paste is so hard. But but you got to remember, it's about as hard as he gets for me. uh, yeah, I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing Minecraft. Huh? No, no, no. I've been playing. Like they have these little mashup packs that I've had for a while, and I'm just now getting back into it. I'm trying to decide: should I actually spend more time working in Minecraft or Conan? Yeah, for me, like, I want to go and like actually take the time to work on a world, but I just can't sometimes. Hmm. Oh, it does, and like it's now what you want to determine to be obese. That's a discussion because uh,
person, which made me even more annoyed because you know me, I like BBWs, but I'm not just because I like thick girls does not mean I'm gonna say it's healthy to be that way. I'm not gonna bullshit myself.
Well, you know what? A lot of things is to a lot of people essentialize the condition that we get to because they don't know how to change it. It's not even that they don't have the willpower to change it. They don't know how to change it because we lived in such a fucked up ass society that it's just natural.
But the thing is, I didn't even say that you had to change. The conversation didn't. The fact that the person was obese was just a side thing to another point that I was making, and that sparked how much of a terrible person I am. And it was just amazing how quickly that lady, after all her tangents, shut the fuck up when I cited a fucking a CDC article with citations about all the fucking same bullshit I was talking about how it has negative effects on your body. Then she didn't want to say shit, but whatever.
Were you talking to Shani?
No, I was not talking to Shannon. It was no, it was this person like just talked about all their personal issues and the thing. I'm like, bro, none of this. I don't know where any of this has come from. I don't even know why you're so offended because nobody even knew you were fat or even attacked your fatness. No one even cares that you're fat. I just made a point because bitch, you asked why I thought someone who was obese was unhealthy, and I stated because they're obese and obesity is not healthy. Don't try and sit here and fucking add a bunch of bullshit I didn't say to try and fucking make yourself feel better. And then of course every other person who joined the conversation was like, first, like nobody said that shit. Number one, and number two, calm the fuck down, because it's actually not healthy. Then of course everybody else was also just intolerant pieces of shit, and I was like, I'm just gonna drop some. I'm just gonna drop some. I'm just gonna drop a citation and see if she cuts the bullshit. And I was right.
Yeah, I get that, and a lot of people actually sit back
And the funny thing was, I even put the conversation in front of in front of people I know who are obese because I've grown up around like the one skinny person around in a mostly obese family. Shit, my dad is only became skinny because he had diabetes and had to take care of himself.
mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, he was fat. He was fat. My mama was fat. My grandmother was fat. My uncle was fat. Everybody was fat. And I was just this skinny because I was a kid and my both my parents were skinny kids, so I wound up getting them genes. So there's no part of my body that thinks fat people are gross by any means. But I'm not gonna say it's healthy just because I'm not against it on any personal level. I'm not gonna say it's good for you. Even like I said, even though I like big girls within certain limits, because once we get to the point where they start looking all like a beanbag, I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I like I like when a woman is big but still looks like a woman and not a seat cushion, But that's just me. The point is, I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna belittle you for being fat. I might belittle you if you're the kind of whiny kind of person who's gonna be fat, whine about being fat, talk about how you want to lose weight, and then not do anything about it. I'll happily mock that dumb fuck. But I'm not just gonna mock somebody because they're fat. I don't care.
Because at that point, you're not mocking them because they're fat. You're mocking them
I'm
because
mocking them for being a little bitch.
I'm sorry. It's
Alright.
just funny.
And like I said, I gave it to I showed screenshots to one of my friends who he's a big boy, and my mother, she's still big, and both of them are like, well, she's fucking stupid, and I'm like, okay, clearly I'm not seeing this through biased skinny lens, clearly, because even people in her own group of being obese are like, no, you're stupid, stop. Oh my, did I get? Alright, I think I have the. Okay, I should have PlayStation Plus now, unless I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna hop in Minecraft right now.
All right, shit. I get out this world because this world is just like a way of how shit looks, and go to actually a real generated world.
I think an important thing with people like Jill and G-Man is that I think you become more patient with them when you've dealt with people just as stupid as them who believe different bullshit. And that goes, it's definitely frustrating that these people exist. That will always annoy me, but at the same time, it's a lot less frustrating to see the individuals when you just see how much of a broader thing it is. Because it's like, okay, I feel less annoyed being more aware of how many of you there are instead of being like, what's wrong with you? It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's just that it's a bigger issue and you're sadly a part of it.
Do you have me on your friends list?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the PlayStation because it's somewhere behind all my recording equipment and shit. So I'm gonna need a second.
I'm creating a world, and when I get there, you should actually be able to see it. So,
I'm a hold on, I'll just message you so you know what's me.
well, when you get in, go to the friends setting, and you should be able to see it. I'm creating a new world. Just basic world shit.
I just sent you a message that says "it me." There you are, you little bitch.
When you in, you should be able to see my world. I'm creating it now. Since we're gonna be in the world together, and I always accommodate my guests. I have packs. So cities texture pack, nature,
Did you say titties?
city texture pack. Man, I wish I had titties in Minecraft, boy.
No, you pick what you want. I don't even know what any of that shit is.
This is the way shit looks.
Shit, what's the kiss list? Oh, I see they updated it again because now the Mohang Studios shit looks different. I
Yeah,
haven't played Minecraft in a while.
I haven't either. You see me on the Utah iCast, right?
I don't know what that is. I just kind of watch your channel because I think you're pretty cool.
Well, thank you, my good sir. But no, X from Utah iCast. I go on it, and it actually pops on every. They do a live stream every Saturday night for the patrons, and I get invited on sometime to chat, and like I saw some shit that was going on, and I was like, oh, they've increased a lot of shit, so I just hop on and play. I've had Minecraft since like I want to say 2012.
Oh shit, they added shit to the Nether. Oh fuck,
Yeah.
it's just all different now. See, one issue I have with Minecraft, which happens every fucking time I load this damn game up, is I made a skin through this stupid skin editor bullshit, and every time it can't load my shit.
Yeah, because they always updating the
I'm
shit.
just over here like, what's the fucking point? And the shit takes forever to load.
You think that it's gonna take forever to load with the new PS5 that they got coming out?
Probably not, but I just find it interesting how it takes an eternity to load fucking Minecraft. It's
Oh god, it's fucking digital Legos.
alright, exactly. Alright, I'm just gonna fucking pick one of the bullshit skin pack skins and fucking call it a day.
You should be able to see
I
my
don't give a
world
shit.
though.
Yeah, I'll look at that once this shit loads in this fucking skin, so I can just be the bald African dude that I've been doing since I was like 14. Yeah, that's the skin I picked because I went, fuck it, this one looks good. Unable to connect to the store, of course.
You never actually get like skins where it's like a light skinned guy with dreads. I'm never
You
able
can
to
make
get
a light skin with guy with dreads.
in a lot of places. Like no, in a lot of games, you don't get that shit. They either like a darker skinned individual with dreads, or it's froze. It's like I don't know if it's like just a technical problem of like doing a dread skin for a lot of places, but like no, like dude, for real. A lot of the times I don't see motherfuckers with.
I mean, I I remember pretty actually most games I play in I would play like I love doing character customization and all that shit in games. I never really um I yeah, I don't think I've ever really made a character look like myself. I always tried to just make a character that was like I'm just gonna make this dude and I'll spend hours fucking customizing this character. I'll fucking change up his facial structure and make sure he or she is looking snazzy as fuck, and then I'll keep it moving. Because I like to role play as the character. I don't want to insert myself in the game. They put emotes in Minecraft. This is fucking Minecraft. This isn't fucking Fortnite. Damn. Fuck it. All right, this shit is the thing. I'm just gonna fucking make myself Steve and call it a fucking. I'm gonna be fucking Sith Lord Steve with a ponytail apparently. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just be. I'm gonna be. Yep. There we go. I'm just Steve. Oh yeah, I forgot you can change the skin color. All right, I'm gonna be Black Steve. There we go. I'm gonna be Blue Black Steve with black ass dreads. There we go.
Oh my god, I didn't realize Discord it like cause so much drop frames. Like literally, I am yeah. The thing about it is this like what's going on is literally because we're on Discord call, it is causing the stream to like fuck up. But I think I just need a better computer.
Oh, that's why shit's not working. Cause it's not. Why the fuck didn't it? Oh that's right. Cause the PlayStation wasn't updated. All right, so now I gotta fucking update Minecraft. Why didn't it update when I clicked on the damn game?
Cause he wanted to piss you off.
All right, let's see.
It
Upload,
exists
download,
to
save
piss you
data,
off.
update history. Let's just fucking upgrade the damn game. This is bullshit. Now it wants to install the fucking updates. Damn, I mean, that took all of two. That's probably why it couldn't load my damn skin. And I deleted the shit so I could start over, and now I gotta fucking hate this shit. That's why I don't play video games anymore. Shit gets on my nerves.
Supposed to be a stress relieving pastime, but it has turned into something else, huh?
Yep. Shit, usually when I do play video games, I'll plug in the PS3 that I've had for an eternity, and I'll play Skyrim or Mass Effect some shit. Or if I'm on here, I'll throw on Soul Calibur 6 and just spend hours customizing characters and then beat some ass. Which Soul Calibur 6 definitely, I definitely enjoy it, but I think they like when the game first came out, I think it was almost perfect. But the a problem is they added all these special moves and bullshit that the game just didn't fucking need. The
Mm-hmm.
game was fine with just the basic combat because that's what the game was all about. Like the special, all the you don't need any of that special fucking bullshit, extra animation bullshit. We don't need that. Just let me fight. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it loaded in my skins. All right.
Well, one of the things with I remember the first game, Soul Blade, and
Yeah.
that was a fucking masterpiece to me.
And but that the thing is, they really didn't change it all that much until like Soul Calibur. I want to say like Soul Calibur 4,
Yeah, I
which is
heard that.
that was the first. That was the first time that they added special moves. But in that game, like the way the special moves worked was, in order to pull it off, hold on, this world has resource pack applied. Would you like to download them before you join? Do I have to pay for this shit?
You
Okay,
shouldn't
I guess
have
not.
to, but I can
Okay,
always
I
get
don't have
out
to.
and just have the regular resource applied.
It looks like I just have to install it just so it can load the shit. But what was I saying? Yeah, like the especially like literally what you had to do was like on next to your health bar you had a little ball that represented your block meter, and if you blocked too much, which you would have to block a fuck ton in order for this to happen, you could break somebody's guard and just insta kill them. And the rarity of that shit, I was like, okay, it's whatever. It's just a dumb gimmick that rarely ever happens. I think I pulled it off in an online match like once, and it was because the person was being a bitch and literally sat there blocking the whole damn match. So I pulled it off. So it wasn't too bad. And
Wait,
Soul
that
Calibur,
just sounds like you can break people weapon in the original in the original Soul Edge.
you've always been able to break somebody's guard, but this was like a different mechanic than that. Like you could still break somebody's guard with certain attacks, but this was like a certain thing where their guard, like the meter would go down and you'd break their guard. There'd be a whole different animation for it, and then if you click the I forget, it's like R1 or R2. When that happened, you would just insta kill them. Normal guard breaks were just normal guard breaks. Then Soul Calibur 5 came around. That's when they just started adding special moves and bullshit. And then Soul Calibur 6, it was interesting because they actually changed up the combat a little bit. And they at first there were special moves, which was like whatever. And they added a special meter, but it didn't bother me too much. But then I stopped playing the game for a few months. I come back now. There's all these new special moves on every character and shit. And I'm like, and it's really getting on my nerves because I'm gonna go into these online battles, whooping people's asses, and then at the last minute they'll pull out some bullshit special move that'll destroy my whole health bar, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is this shit?
The power of bullshit compels you.
Like, how is it I'm sitting here whooping this man's ass, and then he can just come in, pull some bullshit out, and destroy my health? Okay, this why isn't this shit doing? All right, I'm gonna try and join again. Okay, come on, download the shit. Yeah, it's not doing things. Could you just change the
Yeah, no,
the
I get
background?
out. I get out and change the shit. Save and quit. Oh shit.
But no, and I still like the game because the changes they made, although they took a second, like, because they pretty much like all the classic characters, fucking Yoshimitsu and fucking Killick, Maxi, Voldo, Ivy, all these characters that have been there since the beginning. They would add moves, but their basic shit was always the same, all the way up to Soul Calibur 5. And then this new game, they changed shit up, and the way they did it, it wasn't like it's a whole new character, but they changed things up to where they felt like the same character, but it was new, it was refreshing, and once you figured it out, they still had those old moves. They just had different inputs, and there were new moves that were put in, and I kind of appreciated that.
I mean, like I one of my favorites was Taka. Taka was like one of my favorites.
Taki,
Taki, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Who was the other the one that in there since one, and like he was like the Ryu or Soul Calibur.
singular sword, like, and it was like a Chinese sword.
No, it was a katana. He where
Katana,
he
Mitsurugi, yeah,
yeah he just wore white gi.
yeah,
Ah shit.
Mitsurugi, yeah,
Yeah. And like
yeah.
those were
Yeah,
like my two favorite characters. I mean, like you can say like Cervantes was actually a good character. Like Cervantes was like just the
Cervantes is a piece of shit, I have always hated him and his cheap bullshit moves, and he's still cheap to this day. Fuck Cervantes.
I was going to say that he was just the fucking this OP character like from start. Like let's see if you have this one because I tried to change the pack.
I don't
Let's
have
see.
I don't have anything. I just have Minecraft,
That's what I'm trying to change it to.
and that's what my
So
PlayStation.
classic
Oh, never mind.
texture. All right, I'm starting the
Minecraft
world
is
again with the
trash.
classic texture.
My PlayStation's still working, but I think Minecraft crashed. Yeah. All right. Well, guess I'm gonna just close it again. Yeah. But still, to this day, Soul Calibur. That is the one video game from my childhood that I've always had love for and always will. Like when I heard Soul Calibur 6 was coming out, I heard they were gonna do that stupid bullshit like $100 version where they gave you all a bunch of gimmicky bullshit. I was like, just because of how much this game series means to me, this will be the first and only time I will ever do this shit. And I did get a nice little statue and a little, one of those bullshit metal cases with art on it. And it came with an art book too, which actually that's probably the coolest part for me.
Yeah,
Out of
I
all
would have
that
figured as
bullshit.
much.
Yeah, that's probably the coolest part. Um,
All
but
right, I got classic texture back on.
cool.
Uh,
But the statue is actually pretty good. I didn't even take it out of the plastic. Like, I left it in there. I'm like, I don't want. I spent extra money for this bullshit. I'm not taking any risks of it getting broken, scratched, nothing. It stays in that. It stays in that plastic in the box. It's not going anywhere. Nobody's touching that shit. And it's kind of funny how I'm like that now, because I know as a kid I would rip that shit out the box, but like, look how cool this is.
I think the comic bust, like the speculator bubble, has like changed the way people view collectibles, and not like you're doing it because one day you're gonna sell it, but like it caused appreciation of collectibles and shit.
I like the way it looks, and it reminds me that supported, and it seems like the game's doing well because clearly it's still getting support and updates. They're adding DLC packs, which I bought. I bought each of the season passes they did because each season pass comes so far has come with like three DLC characters that they've made, that which each one has they weren't ripped from the game. Each one they've been actually working on after the game came out and adding. Excuse me. And then they've been adding adding more customization items and other shit that I can't even remember right now. And I thought, well, if they're gonna put in the effort to actually make more shit for the game, sure, why not? Have some more money. Just
I think that's what my view had been of. I don't know if you heard of a game called DC Universe Online.
yeah, I have a couple of level 30 characters in there. I think I
Yeah,
still have it installed.
I have it still
Yeah, I do.
installed, but I haven't touched it in a while because, for one, it's just like the
Nothing much.
power creep became just too much. And even though like my character, like, to keep up with the power creep of the new, because what they would do is they would come up with new fucking powers, and they
New
would be
shit.
OP for a while until they nerfed them and shit like that. To keep
For
up.
me, what was enough? For me with that game, like I was having a good time playing it. Like when it was just leveling up, getting new gear,
Hmm.
and then once you get to level 30, it's like now there's no leveling up. You just gotta keep grinding and to get stronger gear. And I'm like, I don't have time for this shit, and I don't care for it.
And
I enjoyed getting the new gear, fighting different bosses, having a good time, and fucking like finding people in the game who would randomly invite me to groups, and I'd kick the shit out of stuff. That was fun. But now just all the missions, like now the enemies are like even the lowest level fucking level 30 missions, like you gotta have ridiculous gear or a whole ass team to not get your ass beat, and it's just like this isn't fun anymore.
yeah, and that's what I actually fell into. Like, a lot of it, I can't believe I just did that bullshit. I created fucking 14 crafting tables. Fuck.
Damn.
Fuck that. But yeah, like, no, like a lot of it was one of those things where it's just like, especially with, like, if you like, I was part of a great fucking group, but it's just like it just became toxic in like some of the groups that I was in. I was like, you know what? I started off single and as a single player in that game, and I just kept doing single player shit, and it was just like I got to a point where it was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to that shit, and it just didn't sit right with me for a while because it's just like a lot of the shit is just like. you can't play that game as as just a single player. Problem with a lot of MMOs because of course I know they're fucking MMOs before somebody at me in the comments or like the chat section. But like you shouldn't have to depend on playing a game where like literally people are like you have to have a group of set friends. Like I was never into the WoW shit because like dude like I'm an adult and I can't play these games like some of these other motherfuckers can.
Shit, when I was fucking in my high school, I still was like, I don't have time for this. I could never get into MMOs because of that shit. Like, I just wanna play the game. I don't wanna sit here and grind through bullshit for hours. I don't have time.
Exactly. But how many people don't understand that though? Be honest.
Shit.
Well, you're not
Yeah,
serious. You're
Minecraft
not
is
a real gamer. Like, motherfucker, I've been gaming since I was fucking 7 years old. Of course, I'm a real fucking
motherfucker.
gamer.
Not a real gamer, bitch. I beat Dark Souls with my cock like 30 damn times with no shield. Not a real gamer. Get the fuck up out of here. You know what kind of shit I've done in these games, man?
I mean, it goes to that whole thing of people making games their identity. Like,
Shit.
think
Fair
about it.
enough.
Like, there are people that are like, instead of like, okay, so that whole Xbox PlayStation thing, right?
Yeah.
There are literally people that was just like, oh yeah, Sony fucked up because of the pre-orders and all this other good shit. Microsoft doesn't give you any motherfucking games. They don't give your ass games. And you want to be mad at Sony?
Right now it's doing some in-game loading shit where it's just got this bar that is not filling up. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. It's just got these pillars going up and down, and the bar is just not moving. And I'm confused. Is this shit usually take an eternity after an update?
I don't know, but you know, I actually have a fucking what's the name? Um, I got the Pro. Do you got a Pro?
I have, as far as I know, I have a normal ass PlayStation.
Yeah, I got a Pro. So they did some speed up shit, but do I need a stick? I need a stick. There we go, stick. Um, where's a fucking axe? I have a fucking axe to grind. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so but yeah, no, like, um, it should let you in because actually just put it back to natural texture pack. So
Uh, I think the issue is just that I didn't have the update, but now that I have the update, now Minecraft doesn't want to load and just wants to laugh at me. I'm just staring at this shit, and it's just not going anywhere. It's kind of annoying.
what I really want to do
I've been,
is
yeah, I've been looking at this screen for the past few minutes.
I want to actually build a fucking. I want to build a fucking base in Minecraft. That's fucking awesome.
I have my friends like to do shit like that, and whenever I hop in Minecraft, I'll just farm and shit. That's my duties. I'll just make an efficient farm, and whenever I play by myself, I'm happy just making like a little house, got my farm going, and then I'm chilling.
It was a Minecraft world that I was working on for about 3 months, like every day, like or every other day, spending like an hour in the world. And it was actually fuck. I had even got villagers to come to my area, right?
Mhm.
Cause I like killed them and shit. And I blew it up because I was just tired of it. Okay, so I need a fucking shovel.
Why is like this? I don't understand. Like you see the screen I sent, right? The loading screen.
Let me see.
Yeah, I've been looking at that for an eternity, and it's not, and that bar has not moved.
Yeah, I don't know why that's loading like that. It's taking so long. I know that is the new way Minecraft looks, which it is it's one of those things where it's just like, come on, like sometimes y'all do shit that just fucking want to just show because it looks different.
What was wrong with just the normal loading bar? Okay, apparently I'm gonna look up how to fix this shit.
So let me change, at least do some setting stuff on it because I actually do need to bring something in. Why is it frozen?
Okay, I'm right now. I'm about to try. I just uninstalled the shit, and I'm gonna try and reinstall it. See if that works.
All right, cool.
Let's see how long this shit takes.
I got a few hours. I'm not rushing.
12 minutes. This is some bullshit. Yeah. What kind of shit is this, man? Where fucking basic ass game like Minecraft can't be loaded on my system. Microsoft done fuck this shit up. Let me see. Okay, now we're down to 6 minutes. That's good.
It's always
Quick
fine.
ass 6 minutes. I don't even. Shit. All this waiting. I just I remember when Minecraft first got added to Xbox.
Yeah,
What was that like 2000? Was that like 2012?
I think it was something
Something like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, I remember my little brothers and my little sister would play that shit all the time. And I remember it was super basic. They weren't even close to what the PC had. It was like basic, only wood trees. It was just called just wood. You only make one kind of wood of the wooden planks.
It
I don't
was
even know.
Pocket Edition, I believe.
Pretty much, I guess. It just wasn't shit there. And I remember they started adding shit and making it more complicated, and then things got more fun. Good old Minecraft. And now I gotta sit here and watch it install again. Just fuck me.
Sound
Fuck
upset
me.
about that.
Yeah, I do. Because I don't like sitting here waiting for shit to install. It takes forever. And you can never, it's not like you can ever play something else in the meantime, because then it'll slow the shit down. You just gotta
That is true.
sit there. Unless you got some god tier internet, and even then it still might take an eternity. 4 more minutes. Damn.
It seems like it ain't going by the standard 12 it said at first.
Yeah, it really is not. But at the same time, I'm only at 800 megabytes. Oh, 900 megabytes. Cool. But then that's out of 1.982 gigabytes. Oh yeah. And I don't even know the conversion rates with bits and bytes and all that shit. Oh good, we're at 1 gigabyte. How is it? It's been like a minute and we're still at 4 minutes left. Explain this to me. There we go, 3 minutes. Alright, we're almost done. Well, that's not even updating, installing the game. Let's hope the updates don't take long. Shit. This is. I just wonder how is it a system like this system that's supposed to be all efficient and shit takes so long to install games that were made for the system.
You want the real answer, or do you want the make you feel better answer?
I don't want any answer. It just makes me sad. You ever on the PlayStation 3, you get a new game and that shit would have to install for like 3 hours?
Yeah.
That shit was ridiculous.
Or when you on the PlayStation 3 and you try to watch porn and you had to download it instead of just watching it straight like the PS3.
I don't know what you. I've never watched porn on my PS4. I only did it on the PS3 when I was a teenager, and it was great, just the ability to just wipe your internet history in 2 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
Shit. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's why that PlayStation I had at the time probably died from viruses from porn sites.
No, and see the thing about it is Sony actually made it really, really easy to fucking with the PlayStation itself with its motherfucking UI and shit. Like it made it really fucking easy. Because it was like, fuck it, we know people are gonna use our machine for porn. Let's make it easy for them to use it.
Another reason I think that it was viruses from the porn is because I'd go on porn sites and there would be ads about shit with gaming and PlayStations and shit, and I'd be like, yeah, they know. These websites know I'm on this PlayStation, and they're probably sending all kinds of malware to destroy me. Oh my god! This is the longest 8 seconds of my life.
That's what she said. Oh god. Oh god.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? The update took all of like half a second, but the install of the actual disc took what, like 8 minutes? What kind of bullshit is this? Let's see if it actually loads up the game or if I just wasted my time. Oh shit, it's loading. Oh shit. And it stopped. There we go. Oh shit, it actually loaded the fucking game. Oh, is it gonna load my skin in too? Come on. Let's load that skin. Come on. I believe in you. You can do it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, what do I got? I got three different dumbass skins in here. I'm gonna go with this one. It's my favorite one. All right, now I can finally fucking join. I don't know.
Yay.
I don't understand why I had to uninstall and reinstall the fucking game just for that. But okay, sure. All right. Now, hopefully, now it'll actually download this pack that you uploaded. Yep, it actually did it. All right, I should be in the world in a few seconds.
All right, cool.
Oh, nope, now it's doing it. Okay. I guess it decided to say it was loading it said it was downloading the pack. Then it said that it was loading it as if it had downloaded it already, and then went back to downloading it. The fuck kind of bullshit is this?
AAA bullshit. Like, you you expect anything less from AAA bullshit?
Minecraft. I like that it's on that it's all the way up to date with the PC version of the game, but I feel like they just added a whole bunch of extra bullshit to the UI and the menu that just makes things far more annoying than it needs to be. Oh great, now I'm stuck at 14.1 out of 14.2. Thanks, Minecraft. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, it's all Obama's fault. He did this. You ever find it funny how people like to blame Obama for shit that doesn't make any sense when there's actual bullshit he did to blame him for?
Drone strikes, the shredding of
Like
our privacy, the
like
neoliberal bullshit. Oh,
lying about
no.
ending the war in Iraq, lying about taking the troops home. Oh, I'm here. I'm in a tree. Shit, is that you?
You see me on the map?
Hold on, I need to make sure yeah, let's turn off this stupid ass fucking. I hate that stupid crafting book. I'm not retarded. I know how to play Minecraft. All right, yeah, I see where you are. I'm head over there. All right, I'm in the game. About to mine and craft, and I think you'll like my skin I made.
I'm looking for some iron right about now because I fucking need some.
Okay. I see a village.
Yeah, I passed by that on my way to where I'm at now.
Did you loot it already?
Kind of, yeah, but all the plants and shit I replanted.
Alright, I'm gonna get these berries real quick. Why didn't you pick up the berries? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up some berries. Ow.
Yeah, I was actually real surprised that they put fucking berries in there.
Yep. Whoa. Oh, the villagers have different faces? What kind of pack is this? But they still got their Squidward noses. These
Yeah,
guys hate
no,
it.
that's
These
the
boys,
funny fucking thing. Like, they
this
are
dude's got
literally.
blonde cornrows. This dude he's got blonde cornrows.
Yeah, they've like made the villagers
Oh no, it's a
better
lady.
looking.
Like that's cool. Just the whole Squidward nose thing is still gross. Oh, hello, small child. I'm just gonna steal. No, you don't have anything to steal. Okay, bye. I'm gonna steal from here. Nothing to steal. Damn, you really did loot this place.
I told you I got some of the shit, not all of it.
I'm gonna check this house, see if there's anything to steal in here. This man just doesn't have anything to steal. Fine. There ain't shit here. Let's check this house, see if they got shit. No, I already checked this one. Um, yeah, you'd think by now they would have fixed the shit where these villages spawn just in areas where there's just holes in the ground. You'd think they would add some kind of program in there to make it fill in those holes where villages are or something.
Or make it where they're at least level instead of like on sides of mountains and shit.
Yeah. or have or like I love when you see a village where it's right next to a mountain, but then like a house or a farm is just built all fucked up along the mountain. And it's just a
Yeah.
mess. Damn, you done looted every chest in this place.
Not every chest. I'm sure it's some that I didn't find.
Well, you found enough to where I'm leaving. Ain't shit here for me. I'm out. All right. So I'm heading back in your direction. So where you're mining is over by your base or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually build a base right here. I'm trying to find some iron, but I'm not having any luck. But I'm gonna build a base right here because I'm gonna build just an underground complex and shit.
Yeah, I'm stealing their barrels because I need something to store my bullshit in. All right. Now we have tool barrels, so that's pretty cool.
Fucking killer.
Hell yeah. Who needs chests when you got barrels? Barrels are cooler anyway. This way. One issue I've noticed like that Minecraft has had since villages introduced was getting killed because their village will have holes in it and they'll get lost and get killed by monsters and then you'll go from having this nice village where you could trade shit to just not having anything to work with. All right. Shit. Alright. I'm close.
I see you.
How come that? Oh, I just remembered. Hold on. Yeah. No, wait. Hold on.
It's on peaceful, so if you're there are no monsters.
Yeah, I was curious because last time I played, I had turned on the coordinates. Oh, maybe you don't have that turned on. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
actually
so
turn it on my like I forgot to turn it on my way in.
all right. I thought it was something I screwed up. Okay. Get the sugar cane real quick. Yeet. All right. Plant some of that. Cool. Take these seeds I just found. Alright, I'm nearby. Probably not gonna be able to see you since you said you're mine anyway. But
Oh, I'm fucking underground, so when you get to the place I'm at, you would actually see the cave that I'm actually doing.
I could see your name tag, your name tag under the ground. Oh no, there you are. So,
The fucking old man. Yeah, okay.
but which old man am I?
Look like a motherfucking Moses. Parted any Red Seas lately?
Nah, man. I'm Uncle Iroh.
Oh, come on now. Don't do that to me. Like, I legitimately, like, it, like, I'm not afraid to admit it. I legitimately, every time I see that scene of, like, I can't watch Lee's from the vibes, Lee's, like, the stories of Boston say, but I'd be like, fuck. Or even Sozin's Comet Part 2.
Yep.
Like,
Them scenes hit hard.
ooh, guys, like, and he don't even fit, like, Zuko, like, spoiler alerts for, like, the three people who have never seen Avatar The Last Airbender. Zuko doesn't even finish apologizing. He's like, I'm so, and he just grabs him, just like, dude, I wasn't really mad at you. I was just sad that you, like, lost your way. I'm like, damn.
And it's because he was just the perfect character, period. There's just you don't get better than Uncle Iroh. That's it. He's the pinnacle.
And I'm one of those people that actually likes the Legend of Korra. I know people shit talking too much, but it's just like it was a good fucking show. But people don't like it. It's like you said Aang was a bad father. Like, nope. Aang wasn't a bad father. He was just a fucking airbender. And he was trying to keep that shit going, but you know, people that how dare you talk bad about one character that I liked and that's not really real, so I don't know how they would be in real life because reasons. Fucking found some iron.
I haven't seen it. I've definitely I know how the plot goes, and
Mhm.
and given that, I'm not really interested. But
I mean, like it's one of those shows that's actually it's not what people expect out of it, and so people get pissy about it.
eh, I just know that the overall story told just makes me sad. So I'm just gonna so I'll just pass. I'm good.
So what makes you sad about the overall story?
Uh, one the whole I'm not a fan of the way the character interactions. For example, what's the one chick's name? The one that she cucked and then wound up clapping the cheeks up at the end.
Asami.
Yeah, that one. The fact I'm not I'm aware that that just kind of happened despite I'm not really sure how you wind up stealing somebody's man and then that never gets resolved and you just decide, yeah, let's just fuck now. It's a little strange. And I'm also aware that they didn't really build up into the relationship.
That's
Probably
actually that's a lie. They built up for it for a while. It was a big part of season 3 and season 4. But you know how some people get. Unless it's
uh,
blaring in front of people's face. No, you didn't.
no,
Like, dude, like that's not how that worked.
and one thing that I'm not definitely not a fan of is the return of airbenders. Just kind of just hand waves away the whole consequences of the airbending genocide a little bit. So I'm not really a fan of that either. Just kind of feel like it would have been better off to just leave it
Just breed more
as was.
airbenders.
Yeah, just have it be that they had to breed more airbenders because it just seems like it almost seems like a Deus Ex Machina where it's just like, yep, here it is, boom, problem
Wait,
solved.
isn't that like Avatar: The Last Airbender is just a Deus Ex Machina?
I know that lion turtle at the end was a damn Deus Ex Machina that didn't make any damn sense.
Actually, no, they did actually bring it up. If
They
you look
brought
at the
they brought it
library,
up, but they never really they only it was something that was brought up in the one time in the library, and then they just kind of they didn't get it would have been one thing had they introduced the lion turtle earlier and then had it work, but the fact that it just kind of pops up and what was it either the second to last or the last episode and
second to
kind of
last,
gives him
yeah.
that's what makes it in my eyes the Deus Ex Machina. Had the lion, let's say even if the lion turtle had appeared an episode earlier, and and we had it have some kind something to make it more organic than just it's here now, and it's just giving him this power, like or at least not maybe if not giving him the power, at least showing him that it's a possibility. It feels like it was just kind of thrown in as a oh fuck what do we do?
But as you will go back because I actually listened to the commentary. They actually had planned on making it bigger, but budget. As far as Lion Turtles being there before, but budget.
That's fair. But I mean, that's definitely one of the weakest things about the show. Not anywhere as near as that episode in the valley with those fucking tribes. Like that's definitely the worst thing about the show. That whole episode's trash. But it's otherwise. I mean, it's a show that was definitely enjoyable, and having not again haven't really seen Well, I haven't seen Legend of Korra, so I'm not gonna say that I do or don't like it. But just based on what I do know, I'm just not. I'm not interested.
I would say
Like,
it's
I'm not
one of
gonna say
those
it's bad.
shows. It actually lends to be honest with you, um the story isn't like you remember the villains, but the story is all around centered around Korra. And I think that's what a lot of people actually miss out of that show. It's not meant to be like Aang's. It's not. She's not meant to be Aang Part Two. And one
Mm,
of my
yeah.
false assumptions is she was meant to be like waterbender, fucking Kyoshi. Like I came into the show like she seems like waterbender Kyoshi, and to an
I
extent
think
she was like waterbender Kyoshi, but she was her own character.
honestly, I think just because, and I think the whole '20s aesthetic thing seems a little. It just seems a little odd, just because just because of how quickly it's supposedly happened. And I know it's fiction,
Wait,
it's fiction, whatever.
wait,
But
wait,
it
wait,
just
wait, 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 wait. Stop, stop, stop. Because I'm going to have to call your bullshit on that. How quickly did we go from a feudal society to like Hong Kong?
in real life,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'm unaware, but
it,
I know it took a while. I
like
know it took
70
a while for
years
us.
or less.
I don't know.
Like, if you think about it, think about how feudal China was in like the 1800s to literally Hong Kong.
But at least in the 1800s, there were other cultures that had these kind of industrialized things to give way to it. And I think
Like the
towards the
Fire
end,
Nation.
true.
Like, that's what
And
Republic
the
City
thing,
was. It was literally Earth and Fire Nations citizens coming together.
I don't know. It just seems pretty fast. And I definitely can understand moving in in that direction, but it seems like they're in a world that's kind of been there. Like yeah, this is the world. This is how it is.
But
When
like
only a
literally,
generation ago, when only a generation ago was very feudal, and there's still characters around who are from that time period. I feel like the world would be in a bit more of a transitional period, even if the technology is there.
but you're
So
literally talking about a good part of a century because Aang was like 76 when he died, and you don't see Republic City until Korra is 16.
yeah,
So you're at least seeing 70 years of progress. I know it feels like it's not 70 years, but it is 70 years of progress. And it's not like they have TVs. They literally have, they're just getting into the movies. How much progress did we have from 1850 to 1920s?
1950 to 1920s.
Huh?
1850. If you said 1850 to 1920s,
Yeah.
by then we had cars, didn't we?
Yeah.
By the 20s,
Yeah.
by the 20s we had cars and shit, movies,
And then they also have
televisions.
the added factor of having people that can magic rocks and fire and water.
One thing I think would have been cool,
What's that?
and I think this probably would have made it easier for everybody to just separate the character from Aang entirely. Would have just been in just good just instead of just going to the next avatar in the cycle, just skip that and just go further forward.
But they did that. They actually severed her ties to the past avatar about that.
That's not what I meant. I meant like to just taking it, making it like putting her as the avatar right after him. It kind of connects her by intrinsically, like she's the one right after her. Like people he knew are still alive. She's in his shadow no matter what you do as far as the plot, especially since they decided that he's done all this fantastical shit. if they had decided to if seen that, but if they would have made Korra like the next waterbender after that, had like a whole cycle later, it would have been way easier to separate her from Aang because one, she wouldn't be in his shadow as the Avatar right after him, and two, she would be so separated from him in time that there would be no way to have like, oh yeah, I knew Aang, or Aang did this, and it'd be, and if this Avatar only knew Aang either through stories or maybe speaking to him once or twice, as having been an older Avatar to the Avatar state, I think it'd be a lot easier for everybody to just go, oh yeah, yeah, this has nothing to do with Aang. This isn't Aang's story. It's not shit to do with him.
But
Like just
here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. Look at Aang's reactions between him and fucking Roku.
hold on. Yeah, yeah, but that was more. It was one. It was more developed because I think in yeah, and there they had him actually come in and give him advice and shit all the damn time. Sometimes when it was unnecessary, if we're gonna be real, and I think it was a little odd that he didn't really often ask other avatars for their opinions. Especially when at the end he asked that one the airbender before him what her opinion was, and he'd never done that before. Seems kind of odd. Because I think it was a good moment because it shows him trying to use confirmation bias as a character and
Mhm.
showing a flaw in him. But at the same time, it's like, why didn't he do that more often? You think more often when he didn't agree with the advice he was given that he'd go to the one he would think would co-sign on what he thinks. I just think I just think that's
But
an interesting
they
thought.
actually explore that in the books. Like first the promise and then the
Is the
rift.
promise the one? Is the promise the one where him and Roku had a falling out and he like broke his little
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, I
And
heard about that one.
and then the rift was also where like him and Roku like made peace again. But what ended up happening is in Korra, she didn't have to worry about the past lives of the Avatar because they were gone. But also, she mainlined Rava.
And that's one issue that I really can't fucking stand. And it was the Rava and Batu thing. That
Okay,
that
please
that's
explain
because
why.
it's because one, they already had the yin yang thing with the moon spirit, with the moon, the spirits of the yin and yang over in the northern air tribe, not air tribe, sorry, the northern water tribe.
Wait,
So
wait, wait,
that
wait, wait. By that token, they still had the yin yang thing over in,
yeah,
men and women.
but I mean, as far as being spirits that control the balance of the world, they already did that. Number one.
No, they just showed two connected spirits, not evil and good. And Rava and Vatu weren't evil and good. They
I
were
didn't say
just
good. Just control. I didn't
chaos
say
in order.
I didn't say they were evil and good. I just said they controlled the balance, and destroying one of them kind of fucked shit up. But then with the whole Rava Vatu thing, it seemed like just seemed like it was kind of a waste, especially since if you have this one that's chaos and one that's order and they need to be balanced, why is it that separating them strengthens one but weakens the other? But then if you remove the chaos spirit, then the spirit of balance is still there and the chaos still exists without him. Why is he not? I don't understand how that works. Number one, and number two, I don't think it was really necessary to add that dichotomy there, and explaining the Avatar seems a little pointless. Like extra information that kind of just seems more like a waste of time to me. Rather,
No,
we've had our conversation before about how explaining shit like that kind of from a writing. I mean, at least from my perspective, on the writing, just seems like a waste of time. Like,
so
if you're going,
I will say
it's
this:
fine.
fans demanded it, and when they got the answer, it wasn't the answer they were expecting. So they was like, "Oh, I hate it."
Well, I didn't ask for it, and now that it's here, I hate it. I didn't want it, and I would prefer just like I've said before, just it's better to explain things within the rules. Don't try to explain the fucking rules, because now you have to think now the Avatar before seemed to it was this unexplained force, what seemed to be a force of nature, and now it's just a spirit a spirit fused together with a human soul that reincarnates itself, or maybe it doesn't, because it seems like since the past lives were severed, maybe these are different souls that Rava just connects to randomly to make them. Sure how that works, but point is, doesn't it really shouldn't need to. You shouldn't really need any of that. Like, it should be as simple as, the Avatar is a thing that exists to, and it's their job to keep balance because that's just what they do, and having rules within that works. And then going, oh yeah, the Avatar exists because this, and that happened. It's just unnecessary and adds a whole lot more questions, and not the good kind of questions. I should be questioning. If I'm questioning, feel like the good questions to ask about something like questions about the implications of something that happens, or wondering about things that are hinted towards but don't have any clear answers, or thinking about what something might imply about the real world. But if your questions are, well, how does the thing that even that's how does the thing that's even happening make sense, because now they've explained too much, and now I have to question the fabric of the magic system, or the fabric of whatever system they have going on in this fiction. It's not a good sign. Again, let's go to Star Wars. Midichlorians, completely bullshit and completely unnecessary. It was perfectly fine when the Force was just a thing, and it had rules about what you could do with it and what you couldn't do with it. But once they tried to explain how it's a thing, then you just think, well, how the fuck does that make any sense?
But how many people demanded the answer?
Those people are stupid.
Well, they demanded the answer, and they got it. They were pissed off when they got the answer.
It's like for example, like let's look at it this way, right? So let's just compare two hypothetical versions of explaining magic. Reason number one, reason number one, just let's say in this universe that in this canon you're working with, there are multiple worlds, that all there's just these different worlds. They're all glued together because of magical wimbly wombly shit, and because they're stuck together, the energy like the energies of them that are so different create that's just what magic is. It's the weird warping of each other from existing, and that's all you get. That's magic. And then within that there are rules or limits to what you can do, or if maybe not limits, just go with the other thing. I forget which one is hard magic, which one is soft magic. Whether it's what you can do or what you can't do, but whatever. And then you work from there. But then imagine this, where you just have now. Let's try explanation number two, where instead of it just being this innocuous, like, yep, it's just pretty much in that explanation, it's just, yeah, magic's a thing that's just kind of here because fuck you. And then let's try, yes, magic's a thing because the got the god Blim Blam Skadooty decided to share his gifts with some asshole who wanted power, blah blah blah. Now magic's a thing, and now you have to wonder, well, now people start thinking, well, if that's how magic got there, why did he decide to just share magic all of a sudden? Does magic always existed, but people just couldn't do it? Was magic not there before? How did this god get magic? Where did this god come from?
The infinite regress of fiction.
Yeah, it's better to end it at this is a thing. Like, just end it. It's like, yep, these worlds are like, don't even have them think about whether these are have the like, don't try like with the universes that are just stuck or worlds that are stuck together, and they just warp each other into having magic. Now just imagine if they tried to explain how those worlds got stuck together. Instantly, it is now ruined.
Why
Because
is it
now that
ruined
you've
though?
because now once you've explained, oh yeah, the worlds are together, how some, I don't know, for example, some fucking thing decided to put the universe together and that created magic. It's like, well, why? Where did this thing come from? When did you introduce this? Why is this a thing? And then the questions, rather than being more important to the stories told within the magic system, now becomes, well, why? Why does the magic system work this way? What made the rules? Why are there rules? How did these things even get fused together? What's going on? It's ruined now because you've added this extra unnecessary detail that now just adds questions that are meta questions that don't really matter to the stories being told. It's always better to just be innocuous about how magic works, and just let the questions be about how things work inside of it, not outside of it. Because now you've made things go to a point. It's like in real life, someone asking, well, okay, that's how the laws of physics work, but why? What? It's just how it works.
I'm getting a strong "don't question me" vibe from what you're saying right now.
But it's
Shut up, you're stupid. Like, shut up, you're stupid, and just fucking listen.
well, in the case of, in the case of reality, if it, I think it's always good to ask questions. It's good to ask meta questions in real life, but when it comes to fiction, you don't like. I mean, you can ask whatever questions you want, but I think as a creator of a fictional world, I think it is your job to make sure that all the questions asked about your world are within the world and not about the world. Because then things get complicated, and if your fans want you to explain it, you don't give them that. Because you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're just going to George Lucas yourself. That's what's going to happen.
Oh god, this is fucking hilarious. Hey, you gonna just George Lucas yourself, huh?
Yep. And I'm not about that life. Because I've learned that lesson. I don't I never ask I never ask those I never ask for anything like that. Like you ever see the show The Boys?
No, I purposely don't watch it because it's too popular.
Fucking hipster.
No, because usually things aren't popular. Okay, so I'm gonna say this: things aren't popular to a lot of people because they're good, strong shows. It's because like they're TV junk food.
Yeah, I watched it, and it's no. I just put it on because I thought it was gonna be that, and I watched it and went, oh, this is actually well written, entertaining. The characters are actually interesting, and that's one thing that keeps me invested in things is when a show's characters are actually well written and well acted, especially and like when their motivations, even if they're not. I think an important thing about about a character's reasoning is that it's understandable, even if it's not, excuse me, rational. And I think those are important, and I think there's a lot of that going on. And the gratuitous violence is also a plus, but that just has to do with it being true to the source material in that aspect. Which it's funny that based on what I do know about the Boys comic is that they're a lot more edgy about it, and I think even though they're probably more violent in the show,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like they're trying to just do it more for the sake of what's going on rather than just being like, yeah, they just he just rips his limbs off and this and that, edgy shit. Like, yeah, he shoved a pine cone up his ass and blew his face off. But it feels like they're more just trying to be visually interesting, which I like. But if you don't want to watch it, that's your business. But the point I was gonna make was in the show, they explain how at some point how superpowers become a thing, but they don't try and tell you why that works. Like they say, this thing X is the source. That's how it happens. But they don't try and go, oh well, the way it happens is it does this and that and then that, and you're like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would that? Nope, fuck it. Nope, just this is the thing that does it. We're not, and just explaining any further than that is just going to make things worse.
It wouldn't be like Project Power. Project Power actually went into explaining it.
I've never heard of this. I mean,
It
I'm
was
sure
at
it's
the one on Jamie Foxx did on Netflix not too long ago.
No, I don't watch. I don't really watch a lot of stuff in general, so I have no idea. I'm sure I'm sure it's very well possible to properly make do something like that, but that just seems like a rabbit hole that's not worth going down, and you're better off just focusing on telling a telling a good story with these rules in place for the sake of it and for the sake of the story rather than trying to over explain the rules. It just seems like a waste of time that usually winds up with you being frustrated and your audience hating you.
All right, put steps down.
Cool. I have done nothing of value this whole time. I brought barrels, I guess. That's the only useful thing I've done.
I was going to actually build a farm down here when I turn mods back on. That's why I'm trying to build out a
Oh,
fucking.
cool. I made a hoe.
Hey.
I got this hoe.
Sex work is real work. Take some of the fucking cobblestone and make a stone hole.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, a hoe's a hoe.
There's some holes in this house. You know what? And I keep saying this shit. I don't like the WAP song. I don't. It just they too serious in that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all taking this whole thing too serious. Like you're talking about
See,
how wet your pussy is. Like that's
I still have not listened to the song and won't because I already know I'm not into the mainstream hip hop scene, and that's just that's just me. It's just not my thing. I don't see anything wrong with women rapping about how they want to fuck. I mean, I've definitely heard good songs by women about how they like to fuck,
yeah.
and I'm just very doubtful that this is one of those. But at the same time, I do like the idea of it being a song that offended people on both sides of the political aisle so fucking much.
Oh no. I fully agree with the whole like it's fun that it's an offensive song to people. That shit is hilarious to me because it is literally somebody just talking about how they pussy wet. Like
It literally has no more substance in my brain to any of those dumbass songs where some dude is just like fucking bitches and hoes and all that bullshit. It's the same thing but just from the female perspective, and I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever. I'll pass.
remember that 90s singer or was it 2000s tweet?
No.
Where she was like she actually had Missy on her track talking about how I looked over to the left. I forgot what that song. It wasn't Call Me. Call Me was her second single, but it was something else. I forgot what the fucking song.
Here's an example of a song that I think is pretty good. I mean, I know it's probably cliche, but I think it's pretty good, and it's literally just about women being thirsty, horny, and fucking, and it's "Shoop" by Salt and Pepper. And I think it's the same concept. They're just except they're kind of I think they're a little creepy about it. But I think a lot of those songs are, and it's just she wants to fuck this one dude in particular and that's just the whole concept of the song. And I'm just like, and it's just the way they're lyrical about it is just fun. And it's like I don't give a shit if a song's about fucking. I just like when a song that's about fucking is fun.
I mean, like you don't have to hide that you want to fuck, but you at least got to be clever about what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like love songs. Like there's all kinds of shitty, boring, bullshit love songs, but then there's ones that are just well written and fun, and you like them.
Yeah. But the main reason why I think it's just pop rap because how is it that Ben Shapiro, Ben almost be a virgin to Mary Shapiro, Ben, my wife says if he needs a bucket and mop, then there's a problem. Shapiro can actually read your lyrics and without much manipulation can actually have the same cadence and tone that you have. that's when I was
I just
like,
feel like
yo, this is it's not exactly good flow, or it's too good of a flow.
I just wonder. I just wonder, like, because I know I've seen like an article where it's like, is this the dawn of the female rapper? And I'm like, bro, have you not been paying attention to hip hop at all? Like, you've
Fuck,
never
Lady of Rage.
like Queen Latifah was and her group were a part. They were a part of the beginning of the rap scene back in the '90s. What do you mean? Is this the dawn of the female? The female rappers have been on top of the game for a while. This ain't new. Shit, Nicki Minaj's bum ass has been around fucking spouting this similar kind of shit for fucking like almost 20 years now. Shit.
Before that, Little Kim, like,
Little Kim's been talking about how she wants to get some dick for fucking ever, bro. Like this is nothing new.
oh god,
Shit, Little Kim was out when fucking Biggie and Pac were still alive.
oh god, like, it's one of those things where it's just like people, I it's like it's the same thing with video games. It's like people forget some of the shit of where things have actually been before, and it's just like, come on now, like we literally have history that we can actually go to.
But I guess it's similar to how how rappers delight. The second people heard that, were like, wow, so this is the invention of rap. And you're like, no, no, it's not. Wrong.
Oh god.
I can understand why the fucking rappers of that day were like, I fucking hate this bullshit. This song is trash. Because like, how you gonna be doing this shit for years? Like fucking the Furious Five and all these groups out here, busting their asses, touring, fucking working in clubs, and then these three assholes come in stealing rhymes, and people think they invented the shit. I'd be mad too.
I would be super pissed. Like just with me, I'd be super fucking pissed.
You want to put stairs right here? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
How we doing it? Shit, and that's and the funny part is like is that song is it did like there's not really anything original about it. Like like the most original thing about it is like maybe the second verse or the third verse, but two of those bastards straight stole most of their rhymes from people working in clubs. They all the beat was they just slightly altered the fucking Good Times by Chick. Like they just there was nothing about that song that deserved what it got. But I guess at the same time, it's also what allowed all that better shit to fucking bubble up, which kind of like that's so fucking frustrating to think about. But at the same time, I guess it was a necessary evil.
I mean,
What the
like,
fuck is this? Fletching table.
you can actually say that, like, would rap have ever taken off with like just the underground scene like it was? Like, I doubt it. Oh, here goes some boots. I'm putting them in the fucking thing.
But that's why I called it a necessary evil, because without it, rap would probably still be underground right now. But at the same time, it's rapper's delight. And I think probably the most offensive thing about that song as a rapper at the time would probably be the fact that one of the lines in the song is you never let an MC steal your rhymes, and this man stole somebody's rhymes. And I'm just like, and I know that in the fucking hip hop scene, stealing rhymes, like, you might as well have killed somebody. You can't just go around stealing somebody else's rhymes. That's not allowed. Like, that's an ass whooping right there.
That's like going to fucking somebody girl.
Yeah, exactly. That, like, you might as well fuck this man's girl. Like, you stepped out of line. But like, what I mean, from what little of that song WAP that I've heard through the memes, oh, that is annoying.
I mean,
Nah,
like it is trash, but like, dude, it's
but the thing,
trash not for the what people want to make trash. You know what I mean?
it's trash in the same way that all the other mainstream bullshit on the radio is trash. You just like it's not interesting. It's the same. It seems to be just be the same beat replaying and just kind of these two going off about how they're horny, and it's just like okay,
I keep saying this. We don't want it part two.
I just like what happened to good what happened to the good old days when somebody would grab the mic and start rapping about fucking and just and like you'd be like, oh that's cool. I like this song. This is good. Like I Get Around by Tupac. It's a bit it's a lot cleaner as far as it just kind of being about sleeping around but not actually mentioning fucking not talking about fucking in particular. But it's fun. It's and the writing it feels like it was written with the intention of writing a good song, having it putting out what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and not really like we need to make a song to make some quick money real quick because if I don't my contract's about to run out, so let's just make a simple ass beat and talk about how much we like dick, and I just I don't think it's as fun. But
You know what I call it. You know who really fucked it up? Even though I like his songs, T Pain, because T Pain showed that hey, we can make songs that people will play in a club and people will like, and that's gonna make us money. I fucking love T Pain. Stripper, like as much as he was in love with strippers and everything, and bartenders and all that other good shit.
yeah,
But he like literally broke it. Like, and yeah, of course you can say it was an auto tune, but like no, what literally broke it was T Pain's whole thing of fuck. Like, I need
I don't
to make club beats.
I don't think I don't think anybody should blame T Pain for excuse me the auto tune thing because I don't think the whole auto tune thing in rapping is a bad thing. Like for example
He
when Kanye was using it back in the early 2000s,
he wasn't
I
even the
think he made
first.
good. I know he was making he was using it in a similar way to T Pain was, where it was like this is a part of my art as a thing. Like it's just for the sake of style to for the sound I want, and it sounded fine because it served that purpose. But now I feel like it's just not even I feel like it's just used as a trend now, where a lot of them just use it to just have a sound, have that sound that's just the sound and go with it. Just like how a lot of them mumble rap, or a lot of them use that fucking that sound that fucking pisses me off now, where the hi hat is just that fucking sound of a revolver wheel going around, and then the fucking and then a snare. That shit gets on my fucking nerves.
What's up, Quentin? But yeah, like it's that whole I don't have to develop a personality. I can just imitate one off of what I see off of TV.
Yeah, one thing I noticed. I know Kanye gets a lot of shit because he's fucking insane, and he's not really putting in the effort he used to. But I know that even though in general his music's not as good as when he had to work for it. Now I think when he puts his shit together, he comes up with a good song every now and then. And regardless, his beats are always, he's almost always on fire. There's you can never take away that this man he actually gives a shit even though he's not trying all the time.
Yeah, this is true. Who was that? Fuck, I just lost his name. Um, Lennon. Fuck from the Beatles.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Yeah, yeah. That's the same. Like he gives off that same vibe. Although John Lennon like never lived long enough to like completely lose it. Like, but like, yeah, you get that whole vibe and shit. And and
When I
that's my
think
thing. Like, you get that whole vibe of like, nobody
when
has
you
told Kanye no in a while besides his failed presidential campaign.
what I find funny is that I think that Kanye's whole ego trip is because people told him no before when they should have been telling him yes, and
Mm-hmm.
now when he needs to be told no, now everybody's saying yes. Because because before when he was just the MC making all the beats, everybody told him no, you don't need to rap, just make the beats and shut the fuck up, Kanye. Then he starts rapping, and people love him. Now everybody's telling him yes, Kanye, yes. But then when he's not doing so well, people are still just letting him get away with it,
Yeah, true.
and that's no good. Now he's got an ego about himself that's it's somewhat deserved because he's definitely like he's definitely a great musician, but at the same time he's got this huge his ego that's not that's I think is getting in the way of his art, which is no good. You know somebody who had a huge ass ego and was but never let it get in the way of their art? Prince.
Yeah.
That man. That man was always ahead of his time, and every sound he did from the 70s to the 90s, all that shit, eventually people would catch up like 10 years later and steal that shit. When he was doing fucking techno fucking funk in the 70s,
Yeah.
people were like, okay, some people were like, yeah, this is good. But then it wasn't until later when people stole that techno sound. Then he did in the early 80s, he was doing the synth pop shit with the fucking metal undertones with the guitar and shit.
Yeah.
People started doing that later. Then in the 90s, he started doing hip hop infused jazz and shit. And then people snatched that up and started putting fucking sampling. He would just make his own jazz and then have rappers on his songs. But eventually, then people would start throwing jazz and hip hop. Everything he was doing was ahead of the time. But that man, he was prideful and he had a giant ego. And he had so much pride. He that he had he was against covering other people's songs. Like when Michael Jackson died, in honor of him, like there was the background singers were singing "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough," and they were playing the instrumental, but he didn't say a lyric of that damn song. He didn't say shit.
Well, you know what? In like in somebody who I know that a lot of people don't appreciate right now because they don't know who he is, but they know the group Gorillas. David Allen
Yep.
or Damon Allen, he's actually one of those guys. And you think like he like when you think of even his standalone music is actually fucking awesome. That
I haven't
album
listened.
Everyday Robots, I fucking listened to it like, damn, this motherfucker spitting. But when you go and look at like even though people didn't like Humans, I fucking loved Humans because it was just that fucking good. But a lot of people didn't like it as if like, do you know who fucking gorillas are? Like they always come up with shit like that in what they do.
And I haven't listened to much Gorillaz, but what little of it I have, I enjoyed, and I liked that it was pretty different from a lot of the stuff coming out at the time. And that's usually a plus, so long as the different. Feel like there's always that difference between different for the sake of different
Right.
and fucking different because that's the style you want to do. The latter usually results in better art. Or hold on, which did I say first? Did I say for the sake of it or first, or did I say because it's the style you wanted first?
I know what you mean, motherfucker. Doing it because you want to actually do a great art.
Yeah, yeah, doing it because that's what you feel like doing is the thing. That's the key. Like sometimes just being different for the sake of different can work, but a lot of times it just winds up you just kind of start sniffing your own farts.
Exactly. Hence Kanye West.
Yeah, there we go. You know somebody who's appreciated but not appreciated enough as far as I'm
What?
concerned. Stevie Wonder.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah.
and what makes it worse is because like I know there's a lot of there's plenty of people especially in mainstream like oh yeah Steve I love Stevie Wonder but I don't think people truly appreciate Stevie Wonder. First of all, his beats alone inspired either would inspire or be sampled by so much hip hop from the 90s to 2000s. It's ridiculous. Shit, so many other jazz and R&B artists would take his bass lines, his drums, and his melodies and shit. Fucking Gangsta's Paradise was it literally just took the instrumental and the melody, everything from Pastime Paradise, and just put rap lyrics over it. Like this, he like it's ridiculous. And then just for jazz alone, like the kinds of melodies this man was doing was ridiculous. Like these, and I don't even think, and I think the best part is I don't is most people don't realize, at least I don't think they realize that Stevie Wonder it was all jazz. All that shit was jazz, but it was. But what people think of as what people think of as jazz is the shit where there's not where the rules are very loose and things are based on kind of breaking outside of convention to a point where a lot of people don't really know how to process it. But with Stevie, he knew how to bring together that shit, from the people like Levon Freeman and Duke Ellington and all of them, but also but put it together in a way that was very pleasing to the untrained ear, but even more so to someone who could actually appreciate it.
And that's the thing, because he's still here. He's not gonna be appreciated like he will be in
Oh yeah,
what.
I'm sure the second he's dead, everybody's gonna be listening to fucking Inner Visions and In Square Circle and fucking all that shit. Then I'll be listening to all these fucking albums. I'm gonna hear people singing My Sharia More and fucking they'll be listening to Hotter Than July. All that bullshit's gonna be playing the second he drops. But right now, I'm gonna be enjoying Stevie Wonder because his shit is phenomenal.
Dude, like, and of course, like I've said this before, I grew up in the fucking 90s. I'm born in the 80s. My father still had a record player. So do you know how many Motown hit shit that I heard in my house?
I can imagine quite a few.
And it's just like, I think, like, yeah, the digital age was actually something that was fucking awesome to do. But like, I think people missed out on earlier pe- earlier works because of you know of how it actually turned out. You know what I mean? Like, I guess because it was the digital age now is so easy to get music, and music companies are just shit. It's gonna make us lose a lot of our art, not just you know.
I think an important thing, which is I think this is and this is in no way something new that I'm saying in the slightest. This is a point made that has been made countless times that right now a lot of people are just copying whatever's going on, but there's not really been a time where people go back to the old shit and and go back to the roots and see where all this shit came from to start branching out new ideas. Because, like, for example, like how many times did rock and roll restart back to the fucking blues and then come back to some new shit?
I mean, like,
Shit.
if you wanna go there, like, dude, like, you can just say that about a lot of art, but a lot of
Oops, sorry.
really a lot of
Swinging through the
motherfuckers,
rocks.
they feel that the old shit is just bad, and it's just like, dude, that's not you saying that as an artist. That's motherfucking record labels who are literally just trying to come up with new shit to make more money.
Yeah, like the way, like this. I think this, because listening to the problem with listening to not even just not modern music, just pop music in general, is that there's always going to be corporate shills that are going to force artists are either going to force artists to fit in a box and make cliche bullshit that's whatever the style is at the time, or they're going to make ones that'll do it for them.
Yeah.
And that goes as far back as even the 40s, 50s, 60s, because even Stevie Wonder's early career when he was in Motown, he was put in that box where they just had him doing the Motown sound, which at that point was just stale, and they were repeating it to the point where it was just empty noise, like most pop music is now. It was the same thing then, but then when he stepped away and was left to do his own shit, he had this, he became what Stevie Wonder would be, and had this fucking beautiful sound. And music has always been tainted by that. Like shit, rock most music of every style, like rock and roll. We all remember the classics, but how much bullshit, awful, fucking redundant, insipid drivel would come out under the label rock and roll during that time period?
I mean, like we don't even have to keep it directly towards music, like anime, fucking video games.
Yep, same thing. Just, oh well, this makes money. Let's make more of that. Meanwhile, like, and what I always find funny is there's always is that I don't even understand why this continues to be a thing when we've seen time and time and time and time and time again with art that pushing boundaries is always the most profitable thing. When you sit there in the same bullshit, you might make a few bucks for a while, and then when that dies, you're broke because you put all your stakes in that shit, and then the new kids come around, and then they fucking put all their fucking money towards something new, make money, and then they do the same bullshit you did. Then yeah, that when that becomes cliche, they sit there when shit starts moving, and they keep trying to make their artists do the same bullshit that was working before. Shit, fucking what was that record label that like one of the like it was another one of the early black record labels from around the same time as Motown, like that. I forget what they were called. It was the shit, what was her
I
name?
know there was supposed to be a stand-in for like Cadillac Records in that movie, but I don't know if it was actually Cadillac Records.
No, no, I'm not talking about Cadillac. The one that movie's based on, like that one, like that whole record label, the problem they had, just like Motown, was that they tried to keep the same sound going, but as art always does, it changed and became something new, and they fucked up and died because they did that same bullshit. It's why right. It's why I'm pretty sure at some point soon, the whole rap scene is going to get replaced by something new because it's been the same for too long. Like when rap first came around, I think it did so well because every few years it would change drastically and some new shit would happen. And I think and part of that was because rap had expanded to so many different areas where people were adding their own spins on it, and then that shit started blending together to make different sounds. But now, like we've reached a point where we're back to like the Run DMC point where it's just like just a beat with rhymes over it. We did this already. That's old news. Like Run DMC happened like 30 years ago. We're done with this. That's over. Like we've
I think
what's next?
also people are using it as a cliche of trying to make money instead of trying to be creative, and also it's the '90s boy band effect. Like they don't even,
Yep.
like a lot of record companies don't even put forth like good rappers. They just put forth people that look good in the motherfucking on the motherfucking page. You know what I mean?
What I find amazing is this quote unquote new K-pop boy band and girl band shit. Because I'm just like, this is the same shit we did in the '90s and early 2000s, people. The only difference is they're Asian. What the fuck? It even sounds the damn same. The only difference is it has a bit more hip hop ishness going on in it. But otherwise, it's the same bullshit we were doing before with boy bands. But they're Asian. The fuck? How did you fall for this again?
Uh,
What do I need? What was I gonna? I was gonna make something.
Hey, how far does this motherfucking peak go up? Okay, it's about
Why?
this tall.
So why are we digging a big hole into this mountain? Are we
Um,
gonna?
secret base. Oh, it's a fucking mountain for real? Oh, damn, motherfucker. I thought it was just a small hill. All right,
Oh,
so
miscalculation has occurred.
the reason why I was building a big hole into this motherfucking mountain is because I also wanted to kind of like um so what I want to do is start building a farm. First, a tree farm. How many holes wide is that?
3 by 5, I think. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
that should be 5 by 5.
I think. But
Hey,
I think. I think the best. I think one good thing to do with music every time, and again, it probably, and again, like you keep saying, it doesn't just apply to music either. But I'm just doing that because that's what's on my mind at the moment is going back going back to old shit, because every time someone goes back to old shit, there's always something there to find, whether it's because there's some unexplored avenue there, or maybe there's something lost that if you know that if rekindled will just be can be used in so many other ways, or maybe just listening to it will somehow make you think of some new sound. But there's always something to be gained from that shit. But when you only listen to what's going on now, you're kind of restricted to a bunch of people. You're listening to the sound of a bunch of people who are doing the same thing you're doing, and that's not a really good way to let your mind wander to something new. You got to go somewhere else. It's like the old school rap scene again. Everybody was trying to find the new sound by looking in a whole bunch of old shit.
and it's not even they're given a time frame for it to like recycle. Like no, they're literally doing the same thing within like a couple of years of each other. Like that nostalgia
Yeah,
circle is getting too motherfucking small. Is they're not giving it enough time.
yeah. I feel I've always been curious. Why is it that the '80s are
Hold on,
treated?
hold on, hold on. Quentin, dog. I'm sorry, I'm not watching the chat. Dude, you can go. You can jump into Discord. But go ahead.
I feel I always wondered why people act like, because as a kid, even as a kid, when I was a kid, the '80s were only like 20 some years prior to that. So I always wondered, why is it that the '80s are treated like they were so long ago? Like this is some nostalgic time. Like even the people who were adults in the '80s aren't all that old. Like why? Like I think at this point now is a good time to look back at like the '60s and '70s. Because now that's pretty distant. But even now, I'd say the '80s were not that long ago. And I'd say there's still a whole lot of the energy of the '80s in our music. On that
Well, you
twinkling
gotta
fading
remember
chord
too.
bullshit.
Like a lot of people, they feel like that was like the best fucking time there is. Like remember, like there was a thing where they thought the '80s was the end of history. That's how arrogant some people were.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I think I think each decade seems to have something of substance there. feel. I feel like the 70s. I feel like the 70s are probably a good time to look to at this moment because right now, I think a lot of music is the musical creativity, at least in the mainstream, is it's running out of steam again, like it always does. And a good place to look right now is the 70s because the 70s is very different from now as far as the musical style, and especially artists like Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and such. There's a lot of nuance in it that I feel like can be harnessed, you know. And shit, even them, people like them looked back and got inspiration from the old fucks of their time. And then they wound up with shit better than what the people older than them had. So what are we just gonna keep expanding this into a bigger and bigger block?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the limit?
Um, Pretty much. I want to get this bigger and bigger because I want to actually create like an underground facility and shit.
So you're just trying to just strip it bare, just for maximum freedom.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I want to actually also start replacing the floor. So like this shit, this regular ass stone right here. Nah, I'm gonna start replacing the floor and shit. Like yeah, is that iron over there? Oh shit, it's iron.
Yeah, my pickaxe broke. I'm gonna have to make a new one and head back down there. Alright.
Oh, it's a nice little vein over here. At least 6.
Cool.
I probably should move the smelting stove and shit down here. Probably.
Probably, yeah. I'll take down the crafting table and the smelter.
I once built this Minecraft world, the one that I spent the most time in. I had a daylight's fucking sun, a sun drawbridge. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it a drawbridge. What the fuck do they call those the fucking doors that actually close on top of a river?
It didn't, like they close, and when then they open up, they cover the river. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a drawbridge.
I guess a gate, like a river gate.
I don't know.
I wonder if this sapling is gonna grow because it's a spruce tree.
Do they need to be out in the sun?
No, they just need to have light.
Uh, Maybe it might need more height, but I don't know. They might not, because I think their height is random. I don't
Eh.
know. That is pretty high. Hmm. That's that's a lot of shit. Alright.
I had built this big ass monstrosity. I like went to the highest level and just like built another level on top of it. Oh, it was fucking awesome. It was so motherfucking big. And especially in Minecraft, did you know it was a way to trick the water level to make it like globally rise across the motherfucking globe on Minecraft? It takes some effort. And you can do it on any relatively sized map, but one of the ones that has limits. What you do is you spawn a water block on the next highest level, and you spawn. It takes 2 water blocks to spawn, and you only need 1 bucket for it, but you actually can spawn a third water block with just 2 water blocks,
I knew
and you
that,
can
but
globally raise the tide level.
I knew you could do that to make a third block. I didn't know you could raise the tide like that.
Yeah, no, it takes time, and I was fucking insane to try it. I did just try it on a small map, but yeah, Yeah.
Split this here, split that there. Uh, All right. So there we go. Now we got new person. Who that?
Oh
Hello.
shit! It's been about 3 hours. Fuck.
Yeah. Now there's
Oh, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, man? What's up?
hello.
Oh, you know me. I just got done smoking a blunt, trying to chill, and not much of anything.
Yeah, we just sit up here talking some shit, like just some shit. Cause
Yeah, I was hearing you guys talk about music, and like I make my own shit, and I had like so many things. I was like, finally somebody fucking gets it. Like it's not just me.
Well, music is a passion of mine. So I definitely give it a lot of thought.
So how's your Minecraft going?
I have no idea because I've just been kind of talking bullshit and just kind of doing whatever he
I
lets me do.
cannot hear nope for some reason.
yeah, it's a little low, but I'm it's I don't know. I can hear him.
Eh,
I'm on my phone right now. But
that
if I was
explains
on
a
my
lot.
computer, I could probably hear him.
But yeah, the tree grew.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no, but I was definitely agreeing with what you were saying about Kanye, no, because his last album was shit. Just, ugh.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Like,
But
how the fuck, what possessed you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go from, like, this, like, hardcore rap to, like, this weird-ass fucking Christian music album,
I mean,
and, like,
I'll
that,
give him credit for trying to do something out of his comfort zone, but it was not well executed at all.
well, like, there's a difference between coming at your fucking your comfort zone and then, you know, going insane.
Well, I mean, he's always been insane, but I mean,
Oh, that's
I
true.
think, but I think what makes the album even more disappointing is that he's done a good song that was based in his Christianity before. The song "Jesus Walks" is perfectly fine, and that's all, and that's fucking just like balls deep in all that Christian bullshit. But yet, it's actually a good song, which does make the
Yeah.
album. It makes it a little more confusing why that album is hot garbage.
See, what drives me nuts is like everyone was hyping that album up, but when the album of this year came out, like my favorite album of the year came out, everyone was giving it shit, which was
Yeah.
"Music to Be Murdered" by Eminem. That album was
Well, I don't really listen to much of the I don't listen to much contemporary music because I'm of the mindset that it's a lot easier to find out what's good and old because it's already been there for a while than to find out what's good and new.
right. So, how do y'all feel about Eminem's new shit?
I
I mean,
have no fucking idea. I
I
haven't heard
haven't
it.
heard any new shit like the last Eminem album that I sat back and listened to was the Marshall Mathers LP Volume 2.
That was a while
What'd you
ago.
think of that?
It was insane, like he was. Like
Oh yeah,
I know people gave Snoop some shit about why isn't he on your favorite of all times list, and Snoop was like, "Dude, I'm not even on my favorite of all times list."
right.
Snoop
Like,
Dogg.
what made me laugh the most is when Lord Jamar was going at him. I'm like, motherfucker, you were probably the worst rapper in any group that you were in.
Eh, you know how it is. People like to talk shit.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like
Like, actually, I just like a buddy of mine and I have been working on an album together for about 3 years now, right? Which sounds a long time for a fucking project, but we want to get it right.
Not really, because
And
I've been trying to do the same thing for about the same
do
amount
what?
of time. Not really, because I've been trying to do the same thing for about the same amount of time. So, I get you. That should it's especially working with other people. It just takes a while to get the shit
Oh yeah,
together. So I get you. That sounds just like the normal grind. But continue.
like that, and like when it comes to music, I'm OCD as fuck.
Yeah.
He's kind of the
I mean,
same way.
I mean that's just artistry in general. You know, you draw a picture, you write a melody, you fucking do anything, and you're like, nope, I hate it. This is fucking garbage. You could have been working on it for fucking weeks, months, years. And you're like, nope, no, we're starting over. I hate this. Nope, the drums are
Right?
wrong. We got to do it again. Nope.
Yeah,
I
and
I
Go ahead.
accidentally hit the wrong note. It's terrible. Nope, I was a little off beat. Nope.
Nope, fuck this shit. Redo it. We just did this like 10 times. Fuck it, redo it.
Bro, that take was perfect. No, it wasn't. You hear that? You hear that? You hear I accidentally hit the wrong note a little bit
I
before I hit the
coughed.
right one? Nope. Exactly.
Bro, like, and what pisses me off is like people know that I listen to rap, so they only assume that I only write rap music, right? But like, in all honesty, like I try to like the only two things I will not fuck with, like you will never see me do, is mumble rap and new wave country. Like fuck all of that shit.
Kill it with fire.
I
Please.
definitely, well, I'm not a fan of country in general. Like, I'll give old school country some credit. There's a couple of good old school country songs, but um, I'm definitely not a fan of this new like semi hip hop bullshit that they're calling country now. It's just pop garbage. It's fucking musical junk food like most shit.
Yo, do you remember when that fucking Old Town Road song came out and everyone fucking loved it?
I remember it coming out and me, like most of these big rap songs, just going, I don't care, I'm not going to listen to it because I already know I'm just going to be annoyed.
Bro,
It's too repetitive.
I never understood the hype behind that fucking song.
Neither did I.
It was new.
Instead of country with hip hop inspirations, it was hip hop with country
With country
inspirations.
inspiration.
Like, oh great, still trash.
No, like I was just like earlier. I was listening to like Joyner Lucas. I was listening to his one of his latest albums, ADHD, right? And I had a few friends like, "Oh, dude, I bet you fuck with like Migos and stuff." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I couldn't even tell you a song by Migos.
I don't even know who that is.
No.
Just another trash ass group, bro."
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember it, but there's like that song that goes like raindrop, drop top, like whatever the fuck it says
Ugh,
afterwards. Yeah, that's
that's
Migos.
yeah, that's gross. I don't know. I mean I definitely am I enjoy me some old school hip hop. Every once in a while I'll hear a new song that I like. But these days I'm enjoying me some good old fashioned jazz.
You,
Oh, dude, jazz. You
Jazz
can't
is
go
good.
wrong with fucking jazz, man.
you know what? I
'Cause
went back and actually started doing. I'm ashamed to say I went back and started listening to some old Queen.
Queen? Hell
Yeah.
yeah. What do you mean ashamed? There's no shame in listening to Queen.
Look. I was 35 when I figured out who Queen was. I already
Oh, that's where the shame is. Okay.
Yeah, that should be that. That should be where the shame goes.
look. I was cause like I'll be rocking to like fucking the Highlander theme, but I didn't
Yeah,
realize. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
you
Yeah.
gotta get in all those, gotta get in all them albums. Day at the Races,
bro. What
Night at the
I
Opera,
like
all that shit.
one of
Fat
my
Bottom
favorite like
Girls.
inside jokes between my friends and I is that song "Under Pressure" with David Bowie
Yeah.
and Queen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The part where he says "No one knows." The very first time I ever heard that song, it sounded like the dude said "You're an asshole." Like And if you listen to it and you ain't paying attention, it does straight up sound like he's saying, you're an asshole, right? So, like, one day I was singing along with it, and I'm like, you're an asshole. And they're like, that's not what he fucking says. I'm like, bro, that's straight what he says. Like, he's like, no, man. He goes, it says nobody knows. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what it says on paper. That part says you're an asshole.
I think the best, and this is like a little sidetrack, but I think the best version of Under Pressure I've ever heard was on The Magician season like 3. But that's just me on the soundtrack. That's on me on the sidetrack. If you ever watched the
So,
sci-fi show The Magicians, they had a cover of Under Pressure.
bro, do you, you know the song Hurt by Nine Inch Nails?
Nope.
No.
So, it's actually a really good fucking song. I recommend checking it out. But, like, everyone originally, like, people who don't fuck with Nine Inch Nails actually thought that Johnny Cash had written that song. And then, do what?
Okay, yeah, I know that song. I know of that song.
But in Rick and Morty, in the end of season 2, when Rick goes to jail, right? Like, they play the song "Hurt," and everyone's like, "Oh, how dare somebody do like a rock version of Johnny Cash?" I'm like, motherfucker, this is the band that made this song.
Well, that's just how people are. Like, a lot of times, like, people don't often. A lot of people love to talk shit on the on when it comes to music, but a lot of people actually know a lot about what went into these things. Like, no, like a lot of like, how many people have you heard say they don't get jazz? Meanwhile, they don't know that a lot of the shit they listen to is either is or is inspired by jazz, and their dumbasses bopping their head to it.
Right. Like, I had people who listen to like fucking Kendrick Lamar, right? And like, I consider him like kind of like a jazz rapper, and they're like, he's not a jazz rapper. I'm like, motherfucker, listen to the instrumentals and tell me that it's not jazzy.
No one. A lot of people don't understand what jazz really means. They just think, it's some kind of old music,
Yeah.
and they don't actually understand what the fuck jazz is. Jazz is a very fundamental. It's a very fundamental thing, and I think
Oh yeah.
a lot of people think of when they think jazz, specifically freeform jazz, which is it's a very much an acquired taste, but they don't understand that jazz isn't just that. Like, there's plenty of jazz artists that people fucking hail and suck the dicks of all the time. Like Marvin Gaye was a jazz artist, Stevie Wonder, jazz artist, Prince, jazz artist. These are people who did jazz, and people ate that shit up and fucking didn't know any better. Not everybody's into fucking Levon Freeman and
Right.
and
And
fucking
the only reason why jazz is making like kind of a comeback lately is because of fucking lo-fi music.
I just and jazz.
Like, don't get me wrong, I fuck with some of the lo-fi music out there, but like, it's not like a fucking daily experience for me.
I've spent the past few months of my life just delving my whole body into jazz, and it has been a great experience. That's freeform jazz. That's more soul and R&B type jazz. Just jazz in general. It's a good time. What I want to do is listen to more. What's his name? Davis. Can't remember his first name right now. I just remember it starts with an M.
Miles
See,
Davis.
now,
There we go.
I can't hear
Miles
you
Davis.
again, bro.
I need to listen to more Miles Davis and some Duke Ellington. I need to listen to some Duke Ellington.
Oh hell yeah.
But Levon Freeman was definitely the that was the point when I knew I had stepped, that I was fully into jazz, because his shit is full freeform with just strange time signatures, keys that really don't make too much sense if you're not really into the music, and it was an interesting experience to hear that with my newly enlightened ears. And yes, I said that ironically. But I think.
Well, see, like, dude,
Oh, go
like,
ahead.
don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy like rap, rock, heavy metal, and stuff like that. But like, I really like music that's more thought provoking as well. Like that's my kind of like the shit that I fuck with harder.
Well, that's
And
why I
like
like
there's a
listening to jazz.
folktronic band called Bon Iver, and I've been listening to the shit out of them.
That's why I listen to. That's why I mean, just as a musician, that's why I like to listen to so much jazz because it makes me think and it's inspired me and made my it's inspired me and given me a lot more to work with in my mind. Like
I can't hear you, bro.
I said it's inspired me and giving me a lot more to work with. It just like after all that fucking jazz, I've been coming up with so many more ideas and putting together so much more. And I've come to understand music so much more just by listening to it than before. I've learned way more from listening to jazz than I ever did from learning music theory, and it's kind of hilarious.
Right.
I think
No, go ahead.
I think what a lot of people actually try to do is, and this is like one of those things that happens with a lot of teaching people different arts, is they try to break it down in a way where it's easily broken down to, instead of just trying to express the reason behind it or the way behind it. They try to say, no, learn it this way, learn it that way, and that hurts a lot of arts.
I definitely agree, and
Well, like
that's why.
I don't think that you should teach somebody how to listen to music. In my opinion, like I think in all honesty, they should be able to figure that shit out for themselves.
I think
You know
Uh,
what I mean?
I think what needs to happen is you need to teach someone. You need to teach someone how to teach people how to use the instrument, and teach people how to be able to use what they're hearing. Like teach them how to use their ears. Teach them the basic music theory shit. Don't try don't try and tell them how to interpret the music. Just let them use that honed in ear to make sense of it.
Right? Like because well, like the reason why I say that is like I kind of was born when I was like I've always had like that ear for music. You know, like I can sit down, pick up a fucking instrument, fuck around with it, and figure out how to play something pretty easily.
Yeah, it's relative pitch, man. It's a great tool.
So like, you know, when I was like 18 and I found like dude, if I can put it into words, Bon Iver is like if Bob Dylan met Daft Punk and fucking chilled and then like slowed the shit down. It's kind of like that, but
Mm-hmm.
way better. I'm fucking up the description, but it's you know like and that was the kind of like you know like Bob Dylan and that kind of music kind of opened my ears to listening to music for more than just the lyrics.
Oh yeah, I just because I always found it. I've definitely always loved. I love songs that are. I hate when a song that is long is shortened. I will always find the longer version because I love hearing what nuances and melodies are always thrown in an intro, an outro, or some shit in the middle of the song. Because it's always part of the identity of the music itself that's just stolen whenever you shorten the song.
Fuck man, I feel bad because like there are times where I can hear you just fine and then I can't hear you again.
Eh, it do be like that. Oh, you got any torches, Crimson?
yeah, I'm about to put some more up.
Yeah, can I get a couple of those?
All right, where you at?
Thanks.
Nah, Crimson, it was fun having you on this morning though, man.
I I wasn't trying to come in. Okay, okay. I was trolling, but not in the sense of malicious. It's like no, like here's the questions that what you're saying. I need to understand. So if you want to call that
Right.
trolling, yeah, but it's just like no, fucking help me understand what you're trying to say. And I think like Todd like actually start didn't understand that that was what I was doing. Like, dude, okay, if you have a logical argument, cool. What? Tell me about it.
Right.
And a lot of people they don't like to be questioned. I
I don't think Talk had a problem with it. I just don't think he was getting where you were getting at.
yeah.
Like
So
I kind of figured it out throughout the conversation, and like I said, man, it was a good ass conversation. Nobody had a problem with it.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying that he had like a malicious problem with it. It's just one of those things. It's just like, okay, you say this, but this is the problem that comes up when you say this. And a lot of people,
Right.
they don't like to address that because whatever I say is just right, and it's just like, no, like you don't get that whole, you don't get to play that card. I'm sorry, that's not a card you get to play. You
Right.
don't get to play I'm the right person because reasons. All right.
Bro, I watched your last video with Jill in it, and I couldn't stop laughing at that shit.
Oh, don't get Vegeta on Vegeta, I need you to calm down. We're about to talk about Jill, okay?
Oh, you got Vegeta in here?
Yeah, that's who Nope is.
What the fuck, Vegeta, dude? Where the fuck have you been?
I left, and I said I wasn't coming back. I only watched.
Bro, I couldn't recognize his fucking voice. I haven't talked to this motherfucker in like months.
It's been over a year. Yeah, I've still been around on the internet. I've just been gone from here.
I
From
can't
this
hear him
channel.
again. What'd he say?
I said I've still been on. I said I've still been quite around on the internet. I just haven't. I just avoid the atheosphere of YouTube because it was AIDS. The atheo Christian, just the whole theology sphere was just a pain in my ass. And then
Yo,
once
bro, you need to come back. You need to come back to my channel at some point. We need to talk again.
I don't know, man. What's your channel about?
Do what?
What's your channel about?
Literally in anything other than politics, and we try to avoid fucking religion at most of the time.
Does Jill spend a lot of time over there? Because I only deal with Jill coming here because Crimson pisses
Not
me
really. Like
off.
he pops on every once in a while, but we usually try to piss him off, and then he leaves.
I don't want to reintroduce myself to any of that. I
No, I feel you.
it's bullshit, and I've been enjoying chilling over in the vegan side of YouTube. It's a lot nicer over there. Everybody's chilling and having a good time. I mean, the trolls over there are way more vicious, but they also get fucking ass stomped way faster. It's funny.
Right, like like I said, if you want to come over and just fucking shoot the shit, Jill won't be coming in. Like, I would much rather have you and him fuck off my channel for the rest of my YouTube career than have that bitch ass motherfucker there.
Like, honestly, it's been like ever since I've been gone, I feel like a lot of the time I would spend dealing with that shit, I've instead been spending on shit that makes me happy, like music, like listening to fucking jazz for hours a day. It's great. I love it.
Yo, have you heard from Nim at all?
I don't. I haven't spoken to anybody other than Crimson.
Fair enough.
And again, the only reason I come to Crimson's channel is because I just like watching his streams and talking to him from time to time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no, like, I definitely gotta talk to you more, man, because I do miss the fuck out of you.
It's kind of funny what I just said, right? It's like the only reason I associate with Crimson is like the same reason I would associate with anybody else. Like I enjoy them. I enjoy the individual. Right? It's like the most redundant thing I could have said. It's like, yeah.
Say that one more time.
It's like I said, I love my explanation for why I associate with Crimson is like the most redundant shit ever. Like, yeah, I enjoy this person. Like, yeah, no shit, I do, obviously.
Dude, like, nah, man, whenever, like, because I deleted my old channel and then started a new one.
I've made a whole new name for myself on the internet. There are some of these people, like some of the I moderate for channels a lot bigger, for a channel a lot bigger than anybody over in the atheosphere. At least the small scale atheosphere I was in before. It's kind of funny.
Right.
I've moved on.
Wait, so you ain't the ass person no more?
What are you, fucking stupid?
I mean, you were saying like you're a whole new person and shit. I got worried.
Well, yeah, I didn't say I didn't say I didn't say I changed my like for ass. If anything, I like ass more now. Are you crazy? Stupid. Shit, that's different, right? I like ass more than before. I'm different.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Oh God.
I still like little titties.
No. Get the fuck off my channel. Get the fuck off my Minecraft server. I
Damn.
mean, like, all titties matter, but we need to have some titties. I'm sorry.
Look, man. I guess that's where we look. We agree on BBWs. We agree on big giant asses. But where we're gonna have to disagree is I like some giant ass and little titties. That's what I like. That's me. Which I know.
See, like, now y'all asking me to choose, you know, ass to tits. Like, that's physically fucking impossible for me.
Look, and I know you might say, but Joe, if you're into BBWs, how you like small titties? Don't you fucking question me. That's just me. Deal with it.
I mean, like, I will say this. Yes, I have, like, but I need at least C cups, man. At least C cups.
Look, I don't even know what a bra size even relates to. I'm just like, I just look at the titties and go, yeah, that I like those titties, or I don't like those titties.
I need at least C cups, man. C cups are at least the requirements. But if it's some D's, motherfucker, throw some D's on it.
Bro, I need something that's gonna at least try to smother me in my sleep. I'm sorry, but
I just need enough that when I lay on her chest, she's going to keep my head warm. That's it. I don't. If I want to be smothered, I want to put my head between some thick ass thighs and have her just sit on my face.
right? Well, yeah, I agree. Like, thick thighs fucking save life, man.
Like, honestly, like there's, I'm like I don't. I mean, like for me, I'm a man. I like titties. I definitely like titties, but I'm an ass man through and through. And if a girl's got some giant thighs and a big fat ass, like titties are gonna be the last thing on my mind.
See, I'm gonna look at the titties and cause I like okay. So as much as I like doggy, but I like cowgirl before anything, and it's something about seeing them big watermelon water balloons bounce in your face, or even when she doing it right, when she riding you and you sucking on the titty. Yeah. Yeah. That is fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Yo, Vegeta, do you remember trolling that chick named Bree?
Why you gotta bring that shit up, man?
I can't hear him again. God damn it.
I said, why you gotta bring that shit up, man?
Well, like me and Nicola were just talking about that the other day. Like whenever you said Jesus had a small peepee, and she just went the fuck off on you.
Wait, you did not. You did not.
I swear to God, bro. He straight up said that Jesus had a small peepee and that Thanos fisted his asshole, and then she started calling him the N word and the faggot.
Yeah, it was hilarious because all I did was I just kept saying like those stupid like meme child like playground insults like Jesus is gay, Jesus has small PP.
Like, yeah, like third grade insults.
And she got so fucking offended, and I just sat there fucking laughing my ass off because I was putting no effort. It was like stupid bullshit that you would say in third grade, but about Jesus, and she got so butthurt, and I loved every second of it.
Wow,
bro, that was beautiful.
I'm just like, why would she get insulted? Like,
because she's stupid.
Oh man, if I had time to red pill you into this chick, I would, but I don't want to do that to you.
Look, I think Crimson's better off not knowing. It's gross. Just you know, you're better off just not knowing it exists. You know, it's like a kidney stone. You know, you could learn what a kidney stone feels like, but aren't you better off just never having known?
I feel like we're just becoming friends, Crimson. I ain't trying to fucking ruin that.
Look. If I can tolerate learning about the disgustingness of Shanny for Christ,
But have you seen that porn though? That's the question.
Look, man, when that
I
whole
want to be able to get an
Shanny,
erection for the rest of my life.
no, when that whole Shanny OnlyFans shit went down, I was at work, and I'm listening to this shit on my headphones, and I'm just like, come on, man, I was trying to make work better. I didn't need this shit today.
I feel like one ass Vegeta would say no to.
Well, yeah, I like quality big ass, not a fucking like I said it earlier. I like a girl like I'm fine with big girls that look like women, not fucking beanbags. Like I don't know. No, that creature first of all is about as stupid as my dick is long, and she's fucking and she looks like some weird troll with like some weird ass lumps on her face, and she's just this gross, just sack of lard and lost dreams.
Hey, Crimson.
Ugh.
Like, but she has her love of her life, Rev, that she beats with whips and shit.
Yeah, if he asks for a Baja Blast, he's gonna get a Baja Blast to his ass.
I
I bet she tries to peg him, and he lets her.
look. I'm not gonna shame. I'm not gonna kink shame, but I don't know, man. I feel like this. I feel like the. I feel like if that. I feel like if it wasn't you who said you wanted to try that shit, I feel like you might just be being dominated in your relationship. Like, I'm not about that life. But if you are, go for it. But don't let somebody else. Like, if somebody else is like, nah, bring that ass here, boy. You need to put your foot down.
Hey, Crimson, we were starting to have like, a conversation earlier on the stream, and we kind of got cut off with the Christian shit again.
Look, I
But
don't like coming in there and doing that to like people's stream, and just for the simple fact that like I how do I put it? Shit like that, like I don't like fucking with people's stuff like that because I know I want to fuck up somebody's whole understanding of their world, and that'll be really
right.
really fun to see. But like, I don't want to deal with the repercussions of like, damn, you like destroy somebody's psyche. Like, what type of person are you?
See, that's where you and I differ. I find that shit hilarious.
Oh, it's hilarious, but like, I'm still a humanist.
Yeah, but it's still funny though.
Well, like I said, I had no problem with what you were saying. Like, I was actually trying to get back to the conversation we were originally having, but I had totally fucking forgot it.
No, man, it's good. It's good. I like I said, it was fun. I came in there just like because one, I saw Todd was in there, just like me and him had conversations before, and it's like he's had some interesting takes before, and I was like, okay, cool, and like I was able to enjoy the like show before, so like yeah,
Yeah, it's not a good place for that.
But I think we were talking about like loneliness in society and shit, and I kind of want to get back on that like a little bit
okay,
because you were making some good ass points, and like I was trying to hear them, but everyone was cutting you the fuck off.
so here's the thing about it, like fucking capitalism is the reason why we have so much loneliness in our society as we do now, and
Right,
it's fucking us over because basically if you can if you don't have to sell if you can remember they used to sell to families, then oh shit, we don't have to just sell to families, we can sell to individual people, and that increases our profit from anywhere from 2 to 4 times, you know what I'm saying, and it's a
right.
marketing given of like yo, like we want to make more money, so we're gonna sell more stuff to more people, and that's all it is. That is exactly what it is. And how do we sell more things to more people? Well, we try to convince them that hey, it's all about you. It's about living. Like I did a video on fuck what's the name had to talk about it. Mark Blythe had to talk about it, where it's like live richly. And in the '90s, Citibank had literal ad campaign called "Live Richly,"
Right.
and it's just like they're just trying to get more money to sell more shit to more people, and it's like they want to actually keep doing this shit until they, you know, until the end where you can't borrow another fucking dime, where you're working like crazy fucking hours just to keep up with the credit card bills, and then they're gonna say, "Oh shit, the money is ran out, and now we're fucked."
Right. I agree with everything you're saying, man. Plus, like, people with like mental issues like myself, big pharma is definitely fucking gunning for them too. You know,
Almost certainly.
and that's a fucking problem in itself because like they're trying to make you feel like you have to have all these goddamn medicines just to make you feel normal. Like, what the fuck's the point in feeling normal? Like, I don't understand that shit.
Well, a lot of
Because
it is too, and not to discount like mental health issues, but a lot of it too is they set what normal is, and then say you don't conform because, and now here they create the problem, and then they sell you the solution. Like
Right.
it is no
right,
reason why there are so many children that are literally determined to be behavior issues in school. Yes, some of it is behavior issues, but some of it is just plain old fucking poverty and like malnutrition or lead paint that is instilled in a lot of motherfucking places in the fucking in some of these big cities. A lot of it is just like we fucked people over, not some inherent like, oh, they're just bad people.
Right. Like, and a lot of the time, like, if your kid acts a little bit differently than all the fucking other kids in the school, like, the first thing they do is, oh, this kid has ADHD. We need to put him on fucking medical meth. You need to drug the fuck out of your kid and get him straight. Like, I know I have ADHD, but when I was like 15, I purposely stopped taking my fucking medication because that shit was turning me into like a fucking zombie, and I couldn't live my fucking life like that.
And a lot of things of it too, and it's just like some stuff can be treated with medication.
Right,
I don't want to say that. Some stuff is, well, we've, you know, assembly line education and shit. But and if they're fucking up the assembly line, then there's a problem.
right,
And it's just like, come on, we are not motherfucking Henry Ford, and this is not the Model fucking T. You can't just educate
right.
people in a fucking cookie cutter mode.
Dude, seriously.
And the sad part about it is people are okay because, well, that's how I grew up, and that's how somebody taught me to be, and like that is not okay. And
Right.
a lot of people don't realize that some of the systems that you were brought up on under is bullshit.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was brought up in the fucking foster care system and the adoption system, and look at that motherfucking thing. Like, that is the probably one of the worst systems America actually has. It's pretty much jail for a fucking kid.
And it could be so much better, but because it may take a little money from motherfuckers who have all the money in the world, maybe we don't do it. Maybe we don't fund this particular because reasons. Like, and no, it's fucked up. And a lot of people don't realize that because they believe the hype of, well, yeah, this billionaire looks like me, and so we have the same type of life. When in reality, you have more in common with a motherfucker that's trying to sneak across the border to make their life better than you have than a billionaire that is telling you to fight your fellow motherfucking man.
remember, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Just ignore the fact that what they're using as a fucking turn of phrase is something that's fucking impossible.
Impossible. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps and fly away. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And
Like,
you
bro,
know
if
what?
you, like, legitly, the thing in foster care system is like, and like a lot of people notice, especially if you've been in it, the adults don't give a flying fuck what happens to you. As long as they get their money on time, and they do the bare minimum, then they're fine with it. But like the kids, if they're legit foster kids, like you'll notice that a lot of them fuck with each other because like they understand where they're at, and that's really the only family that they fucking have. You know. And then you wonder why like there's so many fucking people growing up now and fucking like having a problem with a lot of what's going on with society. Like society sucks, dude. Like the fuck do you expect them to do?
But quit whining and just get to work.
Back to the mines, serfs.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up. Get back to work. Make me money.
You want rights? The fuck is a right? I have the right to whoop your ass and take your money.
Exactly.
Oh, paycheck. Yeah.
No, man, and like
next of kin.
what's bullshit, and I don't mean to sound like I'm sexist or anything here, but I'm gonna say this, like what's bullshit in my eyes is like, everyone, like I believe everyone should have equality, and like, if a man comes out and starts speaking about his fucking emotions, like one of two things are gonna happen. Either everyone's gonna call that man a faggot, you know, and treat him like shit, or nobody's gonna take him seriously.
So I get that, and I get why you would have that feeling about it, but that's just a product of toxic masculinity. And I
Oh
know it
yeah,
sounds
that's what I'm saying.
cliche, but it's just like men aren't supposed to be motherfucking like aren't supposed to be feeling it. It's just like okay, cool. And like I've actually talked to women, and like that's how I get a lot of my success because I literally talk to women, and I'm just open about feelings and shit, and like you know they fucks with me because I don't try to hide the fact or the shit that it's a difference between like woe is me and I'm not gonna do anything to improve my situation or at least look a different outlet. But if you really honestly are upfront about feelings about shit, oh man, the relationships just fly. And this is what I
Right.
don't understand about incels. It's like if you just act like you are human, women want to fuck you, right? Like,
You could be the ugliest motherfucker alive, and there's still gonna be a chick that wants to fuck you.
I mean, like Danny DeVito, he's what, like
Mm-hmm.
4'2".
Cheeks.
You know he's getting pussy on a fucking daily basis.
Well, he's rich. Like before he was rich, he was
He was clapping cheeks.
exactly.
I don't know. I mean I live in a fun little area where on an intellectual level.
Yo, man, I do want to apologize. Like, this morning I do have mania, and like my shit was fucking me up really bad, and I was talking really fast.
Dude, I told you,
So
I don't give a fuck. It is okay. I don't care. It's not a thing. You deal with your issues like we all have to deal with ours.
right.
But
No, man, I just didn't want to give you the impression like that. That's how I am. Like every fucking minute of the day. Like I I go through like shit like that. Like right now, I'm kind of calm and like I'm high as fuck. Not gonna lie. Um, that's
Uh,
kind of why. But like one of the things that I noticed like as like growing up with mania and depression and shit like that was like, uh, you know, for a long time like I was afraid to even fucking say shit because like I felt like I was gonna get attacked for it. But nowadays, like now I don't give a fuck. Like I'll be honest with my shit. And that's what I think people need to do. Like, on my channel I've talked about like my addiction to fucking drugs for 6 years. And that's not like me trying to glorify that shit. That's just me like putting it out there like, yo, you're not alone when it comes to it. Like you got people out here that understand that problem.
yeah, well, when it comes to that topic, I live in an interesting in an interesting area. I think where on a on the level of my mind, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with showing emotions and allowing yourself to feel and whatnot. But unfortunately, unfortunately my life circumstances raised me to be a man who is not that. I don't show
Right.
emotion very often, and I'm not very emotionally intelligent at all. So,
Right, and
I
that's how I was for a while, man. Like, you know, for a long ass fucking time, I was like, I don't have any. What do you mean? Like, mad? I'm not angry. I'm not sad or anything. Like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. Like, finally, I just said, fuck it. What's the point in living like this?
and right I mean right now I think it's kind of ridiculous that I as a grown man have had to spend time learning how emotions work, but
Right.
unfortunately that's the world I've grown up in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to make it. I just had to kind of just deal with it and have to figure it out.
Right, but
And
that's what like sets you apart is like the fact that you're actually like willing to try to understand this shit compared to like somebody in like an incel community who only wants one fucking thing and that's to like talk shit and be this angry fucking weird dude who like only talks shit about women and stuff, which
right,
I find retarded.
I
Sorry for my the use of
I
the R word, but like that's just
yeah.
true.
I
Yeah,
mean I don't.
Twitch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I think using it's hilarious, but Twitch doesn't like it. And he's streaming on Twitch, so
Oh shit, you're streaming on Twitch. My bad,
Yeah,
man.
no problem.
I will try to not use that word.
yeah. But I don't know. It's just. I mean, I still don't understand the thing. I'm not gonna say not all incels, but because I know there are smaller incel communities where they don't hate on the women's, but for the ones that do, I just don't get it. Because even like when I was in high school and I was during the period when I wasn't getting any girls, I wasn't like, oh, women are suck and they're all sluts and blah blah blah. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of start going on the route of maybe if I be their friend and still tell them I have interest in them, like maybe that would help me out. And of course it
Gay.
did.
I mean, like, like, yeah, I agree. Like, there's a difference between being like a straight whore and then like trying to like be like genuinely be with somebody because you want to be with them, but at the same time you want to fuck them. You know what I mean?
Honest, honestly, I'm gonna. I just I've when it comes to that, like I just I think the whole thing for me was like it was for me it was just I don't think it was personality because people like women in general. Like I learned years later. Like, I'm aware now there were a lot of girls that were actually interested in me, and my dumb ass just didn't realize it.
Oh,
And it was all just a confidence issue for me, because
oh,
obviously I'm a fucking Adonis, but at the time I didn't know that, and once I harness that, it's like I flirt with girls all the time, and now I'm in a state of mind where I'm not even interested in that bullshit right now. I kind of like this whole being alone and chilling thing.
I, I,
Well,
I,
like, what? Go
I
ahead.
one of my first serious relationships, and I've told this before. Like the chick invited me over to play Nintendo with her on her brother's console, and like she wanted me to come over so she could suck my dick, and I almost left without like experiencing like how she wants to spend time with me, and like the fuck, man, man,
How
man,
old were you?
18.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was just as like empty headed because I'd be like a girl would like clearly be sending out them signs and I'd be like, so you trying to hang out?
Well, see, I was trying to make this point earlier when we were on the subject. Like, I'm asexual, but that doesn't mean like I won't fuck anybody. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, like, I just don't like. I'm just not out here trying to stick my dick in every single fucking hole that walks across my way.
More
You
like
know
you
what I mean?
demi or some shit.
Like, you what?
More like you demisexual and shit.
Kind of like, yeah. It's like demi, but like like on a daily basis, bro. I'm not thinking about sex. Like, I make jokes about it and shit, but like I'm genuinely not thinking about when I'm gonna get my next nut. You know, I'm more thinking about like how can I improve my relationship with somebody or some shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, if like I'm with a girl and she wants to fuck, like I'm gonna fuck her.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. Like the fact that I was I was briefly talking to this girl once, and she made it pretty clear that she was interested in
Because I'm
sex,
a bit
and
autistic, but like, you know,
she was like,
it's kind of true.
I was saying that I was talking to this girl for a short bit,
Damn it, man, I can't
and
hear what you're saying again.
said I was talking to this girl for a short while, and she made it pretty clear that she was interested in doing and just sex, and I was like, and just kind of moved on from that. We're still friends though. It is just like this is
Like,
not really. Like, I'm not really down for that kind of life. I'm not about that. I'm good.
right, and I like one of my last serious relationships, right? Like, this was in high school. Like, I was friends with this girl for like a year and a half, and like like I was working, and my parents decided that they were gonna take like a like my adoptive parents took like a week vacation, and I hated staying at the house by myself. So like, she hits me up and she's like, "Hey, do you want to come over and spend the night and chill?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I get over there and she's like, "By the way, like, don't be expecting to fuck because that's not what you're here for." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Right? Like, I wasn't. It didn't even cross my fucking mind. And then like, so later on we started drinking and shit, and we watched like Bill Nye Saves the World because this was back in like 2017, like when I was a senior. Um, but so we're chilling, and she's like, "All right, I'm going to bed. You can sleep on the futon." She brought me some pillows and shit, and like, so I guess I was having like a nightmare or some shit, and she heard me. So she wakes me up and she's like, "Hey, do you want me to just sleep in here with you tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So like, at this point, she's already in her underwear and bra, and she's like, "By the way, you don't have to sleep with clothes on. Like, if you sleep in your underwear, that's fine. You can do that." I'm like, "All right, cool." Um, and basically, like, we just like fucking spooned all night, and my friends had heard either from her friends or somebody else that I went over there that night and chilled, and like, "Oh, so you smashed, right?" And I'm like, "Nah, we didn't even fucking think about that shit." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Bro, like, legit, I just liked hanging out with her. That was the whole thing." And so, like, later on, she had just broken up with her boyfriend and shit, and she invites me over to her house again. She's like, "Yo, we're gonna be playing fucking Smash Bros. Melee all night long." I'm like, "Well, I'm down." Um, and like, we actually fucked that night. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we actually did fuck that night. But I didn't go over there expecting it. You know what I mean? It just fucking happened.
I mean, like that's generally what it actually turns out to be. She's not telling you we're not gonna fuck because y'all never gonna fuck. She's telling you we're not gonna fuck just to see how your reaction to it is. Like that's generally when women tell you
Yeah,
that shit.
pretty much. Like women are they're
But when she
people.
saw my reaction was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Because like I didn't go over there expecting anything like that. She goes, "Why are you making that face?" I'm like, "Yo, I thought we came over just to chill. Like, I didn't have any ideas of fucking." She's just like, "Oh, that's what all guys say." I'm like, "No, legitly, I did not have that fucking thought. I thought we were just gonna chill, and fucking play some Smash Bros."
Yeah, that's usually my mindset when I go to when I go to hang out with a girl. Like even if we're talking, I'm like I just wanna.
What'd you say, man? Like, I'm sorry, I just
I
cannot
said
fucking hear you.
I said that's usually my mind. Not even usually. That's my mindset when I'm hanging with a girl. Like even if we're talking, it's like I don't know. I just want to chill. I like watch a movie, maybe play some video games. I'm not thinking about
Crimson, I
fucking.
might have you be the Wujita translator, man, because like I don't know what it is. I just cannot fucking hear him.
Actually, I'm about to end the stream because it's been about 4 hours and I need to get the fuck up, eat dinner, and piss and go to sleep soon. So,
Fair enough.
all
All
right,
right,
Quentin, I will. Man, I'm checking out your channel when I can. Vegeta, any final words, my friend?
Minecraft. That is all.
All right, guys. I want to thank everybody who's watched today, and motherfuckers, peace. Enjoy the fucking channel. Please like, subscribe, and other good shit. So as we do at all times, let's put this shit to bed. Where is it at? Where is it at?
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, they're probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other. They find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know. It just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.